All right, ladies and gentlemen, shipmates, everybody out there that's in the channel, thank you very much for coming in today. Across Your Bow podcast, episode number 33, with my special guest this week, my man Atrox. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just woke up, ready to get on here.
Ready to get? Yeah, dude. I woke up at like 5, so I've been up for an hour and 45 minutes so far. And I've had to do some last minute changes here with the 8.7 patch notes, which hits tomorrow. Which I was kind of surprised to see it coming in tomorrow.
It's a lot of stuff coming through the pipes. I think most of us expected this patch to come in 2 more weeks. Honestly,
I thought it would come after, really close to like the
rain.
27th is when I expected it. It's coming very, very quickly. And it was a kind of a weird. It's only been since the last patch, 3 weeks.
Yeah, because when they reduced the Harugumo, we had the Harugumo gets patched in with rank, and then there was a patch like 3 days before rank was over.
Yeah,
the way it's been usually. So I was surprised.
Well, with this patch, the French Destroyer event part 2, they're taking their sweet ass time rolling these French boats out. So you'll actually have the line through tier 8 now available to you. So if you guys got if you guys missed out on anything, you only got the Jaguar, or you didn't get any of them, you can now play through these. Now, after playing through these through the testing phases, tier 2 and 3 are just ridiculously strong, and a good player is going to pretty much just own everything. Seal Clubber boats, the guns. You get 3 guns on tier 2 and 4 guns on tier 3, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. You can just you're just going to bully these people out. 2 and 3 are a little bit strong. 4 and 5 are kind of weak. 6 and 7 they start to get a little bit better, but they're just still kind of meh. And then tier 8's where it starts to really take off. So if you guys got, say, the Jaguar or whatever, go ahead and play it now. Get a lot of experience put in there. That way you can go straight into the tier 6. And if you got the tier 7, blah, blah, blah. If you got the tier 8, the Fantastica, you'll be able to go right into the Mogador at 8.8 patch. I don't understand why it's taking so long to get. Why are they taking so long to roll out this line?
I want you to enjoy the French fleet.
Yeah, I guess give enough time for people to roll the flakes, I guess. I don't know. But
I don't have a problem with that part of it. It's just, I would say they're trying to get people to roll the Mogador packages, but a lot of people, I think the people who are going to roll for the Mogador already rolled for the Mogador, and the rest of them aren't going to do it.
Yeah, I've been telling people in the show that it's not worth rolling the Mogador. I mean, I
wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. I mean, I rolled a few of it just to show people what's going on with it. But, shit, I was one of our boys took him 28 boxes, 28 rolls before he actually got it.
It took me 21.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
It was donated to me. The balloons were donated to me. So I said, roll for the Mogador, and I rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled.
Okay, we'll roll for it. No big deal.
Yeah.
But this patch rolls out the second phase, which also starts on the 22nd. 11 missions are available to players in 4 directives. So just like we had it before, you're gonna have to finish those 4 directives, and once you do, you'll get the new French captain. Wait, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Or you can buy the new French captain for 2,100 of these little French points.
And we don't know if you're going to be able to get any token rates.
They said something about how many tokens you were going to get, but I'm not sure.
I meant if you buy the premium roll.
If you buy the premium boxes?
Yeah. Because the premium boxes didn't give French play. Why?
Yeah. French tokens can only be earned in Update 8.7. With the release of 8.8, French tokens will only be allowed in the Legion of Honor premium containers. With the release of 8.9, they will be converted to credits. Republic tokens are a temporary resource and part of the French Destroyers event, cannot be earned in 8.7, but you can exchange any remaining tokens in the armory for whatever corresponding shit that you want to blow. With the release of 8.8, Republic tokens will be converted at a rate of 12,000 to 1. So I don't know about this, man. I don't know about these. I don't know if I really enjoy these events. I'm interested.
I'm not. I enjoy. I mean, I never play these missions ever. Never. I don't go out of my way to do them, but they all get done over the course of the game. Just playing the game,
Yeah.
I finish them all. Like, so it doesn't bother me. They can be there. What bothers me is when they put some of these wonky ones in, like Palsy. It really, really toys with the meta of the game, you know?
A little
like
bit.
It really throws matchmaking for a week or two until it all kind of sorts itself out.
Yeah.
I don't like this new French commander at all. I don't want him.
You don't like him? Like, what about him? Guys, he's talking about this Felipe, or what the fuck is his name?
Well,
Felipe Abigno.
He got, they basically doubled all the requirements to make this stuff happen. It went
2 million.
Now it's every 2 million potential damage.
2 million potential damage, and then you have to cap.
That's pretty high for a destroyer.
That means you're going to get maybe one buff a game.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, but it was what, 1 million?
It was 1 million, yeah.
Yeah,
Which you could probably end up getting about 2 buffs a game if you were playing right.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, man. In the games that I played in the Mogador, I don't get anywhere near that because I play it different than everybody else. The majority of the players that I've seen play the Mogador, they are just gone pure nothing but gunboat. And the way that I've seen it, and the way that I feel that it's the proper way to play it, is to be super aggressive, be super aggro, because you're, I don't know how to put this, but because your boat is so fast, you can get to the edge caps very quickly, and you can control that edge cap and almost get it all the way completed before you're even spotted.
Yes.
And I think being super aggro. I actually watched a guy. I'm not going to call him out for it because that would be wrong. But the guy was ding dong. He goes to the edge of the cap and literally sits there for over 45 seconds. Just sits on the outside of the cap doing absolutely nothing. I'm like, dude, go in the cap. You could have had that thing already halfway capped. What the hell are you thinking? He's like, oh, this isn't a capping boat. I'm like, dude. You literally sat out there waiting for the rest of the fucking team to catch up for 30 to 45 seconds. You could have had that thing capped. You know, turn your ass around, and as soon as you get spotted or shot at, then get the fuck out. That's the way to do it. I think people put too much emphasis on playing pure nothing but gunboat.
Well, I mean, how often do we cap in battles?
Relatively often.
I know.
I mean, not at the beginning of the game, though. I mean, that's a difference.
But no, it's just the French boats, the especially like the 8, the 9, the 10, they're really good. You know, the Mogador, as long as you're one of maybe only one Mogador or one of 2 Mogadors in the game.
Yeah.
And really kind of bully a rank match. And then you're gonna give him this awesome commander with these awesome perks. It's like
I don't think that commander's gonna be very good in ranked because I don't think that there's that much damage.
No, I don't think it's gonna be I just mean these boats either they're all or nothing boats.
Yes.
So you do a lot of damage or you die really quick. But I don't feel that these boats need this type of commander. I feel like other lines are being left, like, ignored or neglected. Like, they have this ship already has a reload booster, right? It's already a strong, powerful ship. And then they go and give it a new commander that no other nation has buffs like this. It's something that's already strong.
So you think this commander is going to make him overpowered?
The fact that you get, I think to some extent it could be. The nerfs they gave him, I think, were much needed. I just don't like the fact that the newest line gets the newest commander when when things like the IJN line could use this commander as well, or even the Germans. The German, like, they don't have anything. We got Halsey for the Americans. We got Yamamoto for.
You're talking.
Now we have this guy for the France.
Yeah.
We don't have any special commander at all for the Germans. Like,
yeah,
it's a brand new line. People are already interested in it. You don't need to put more interest into it. Try to bring some of the lesser known stuff alive.
So you're going into the they're bringing out too much for this line at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, they already have Charles Henry Horney, and then they got Jock Horney, or whatever his name is. They've got two really good commanders that turn out they could be battleship or cruiser commanders, and I think that the Horney guys with their better expert marksman will be great for these French guys too, because their guns turn kind of slow. But going based purely off of this commander, how good is he going to actually be? I mean,
I think
seriously,
the fire buff's annoying. I don't think it did at all.
There's too many. I agree. I think the fire buff doesn't need to happen because you already get 11, 12%.
Like, stick it in the Honorary. Like, do we really need an HIV running around causing more fires to the game?
No, it's already on fire enough. But we'll see when the IFHE changes hit how that actually works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing. Guys, we're hanging out with my man Atrox, C-Atrox. You guys know him. You guys can hit him up on his Twitter at C_Atrox over on this Twitch channel, twitch.tv/C_Atrox. Of course, I'm sirvenomik. You guys are hanging out in the channil, twitch.tv/sirvenomik. You guys can also hit me up at sir_venom_ik. Guys, if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything that we're going to talk about, go ahead and leave them into the chat, and we'll put them on the list. The next thing, let's move off of that guy, because I'm sure we could spend more and more time on that dude. Let's move into the Research Bureau.
Oh, boy.
If you guys don't know what this is, Research Bureau in 8.7 will introduce a new progression system. The Research Bureau's goal is to motivate players to spend more time in battle with their favorite ships across various tiers and earn unique rewards along the way. Players will be able to earn a new resource or research points in exchange for them valuable rewards. All that is required to reset researchable branches of the ship's progress through them anew. Research points can be exchanged for new ships, combat signals, bundles containing free XP under the Research Bureau tab in the Armory. The new resource will occupy a place widely accessible coal to the far more scarce steel, which is only available in competitive mode. All right, so basically what this boils down to is you're going to be able to reset a line that you've already completed to tier 10, and you have to have five tier 10 boats unlocked to be even eligible to research. Then you reset it back to 1, and you play it back through your ships again. I saw you counting. Did you have 5?
I think I got 5.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is that you will get a bonus on the first win of each of those boats, all the way up to tier 10. So I don't know, man. This is an interesting thing. Personally, I'm all for regrinds and all that other shit, but you only get the bonuses from tier 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then for CVs, you only get the bonuses for 6, 8, and 10. So you don't get a shit for 4. And I can't hear what you're saying.
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
They don't have the odd numbers yet either, so.
Right. So.
Should give you quadruple.
Resetting of a branch can bring you up to 10,000 research points. The exact number of research points depends on the tier. 500 research points for 6 and 7, 1,500 for 8 and 9, and then 6,000 for the tier 10. First victory. You have to get first win. Resetting a branch of carriers can bring you 8,000 research points, 500 for tier 6, 1,500 for tier 8, and then 6,000 for tier 10. If any reason a branch had gaps with unresearched ships, these ships will not receive a bonus victory attained on them. You can research any ships skipped before resetting branch in order to earn the maximum number of research points. So now this begs the question, which I already have the answer to. This begs the question: what if we're coming in on the French battleships, and we've never unlocked tier 3, 4, or 5 because we started at 6 with the Normandy? What does that happen? So basically, what that's saying is that go back, unlock those fuckers now, and you'll be able to. Well, I mean, it doesn't even matter because you don't get points for them anyway. So who cares? So it doesn't even matter. So if you guys have never unlocked the ship, you guys will be able to play through those tier 2, 3, and 4 boats again. Same thing with destroyers and cruisers. Whoop-de-doo. I don't know, man. What's your overall? Give me your overall, and then we'll break it down a little bit. What do you think about the Research Bureau?
Honestly, a lot of the ships that are there don't entice me enough to even want to be a part of it.
Ohio and the Colbert is the rewards. Well, let's go ahead and talk about fucking rewards, man. With anything that they do, how you reward it will be a very big, how you reward it will be a very big tell on how many people participate in this. And I think coming from just two ships, Ohio and the Colbert, I don't think it's enough. Now, you're still going to be able to get signals, and apparently you can get a 250,000 free XP for only 12,500 research points.
Yeah, but
for somebody like me, somebody like you that has a bazillion free XP, it's not going to matter at all.
Yeah, it means nothing.
But for
and
somebody,
the whole line costs 1.4.
Yeah, for somebody out there that might need free XP, this would be a good way for them to get some free XP. But buying signals, fuck you. I can already buy that shit with coal. I can already buy that shit with credits.
Buy with credit, yeah.
Don't care. And it's actually easier to get because you only get 10 flags, and if you buy it for coal or credits, it's 20. So I don't know. So here's the deal: how do they reward this to get people to do it?
To me, it would be more unique commanders per line.
Which will take time to develop.
Well, they're commanders, literally. Button.
Yeah. Hey, sit closer, man. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
It just make the commander. I mean, it's not. I'm not asking. It's got to be faster to make a commander than make the Colbert. It's got to be. No way. Like, I would like maybe some unique skins. I know they said that they thought that skins wouldn't be enough to entice people to do this with camo and such.
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
Like, what if you regrind all your lines and you're given this rare camo that you only see one of like 100 in the game, basically, because no one's going to want to regrind 10 tier 10s to get this camo. Someone would do it. There is some of those people that would do it.
I would. I'll wholeheartedly
do it.
It gives it. See, the thing is that, and people people are like this in general, and you see this with kids. You see it during school. There's this hierarchy of fucking people that they put themselves in different places. Are you the nerd? All right, let's go sit at the fucking nerd table. Are you a jock? Okay, let's go sit with the fucking football players or whatever. They do this, and this is just fucking human nature. And this is why I was so happy when I found out that there was a system that you could get something just by working and earning this game, saying, hey, I've played this boat because I earned this boat. I'm talking about the Flint and the Black. But then they took that away from us. That was enough to get me to play. So, and then they make it way less special by giving out via the steel. So all my work and my achievement has gone out the window. But I was very proud of my Black. I'm very proud of my Flint, and I really enjoy those boats. And it was something that say, hey, look, I earned this by 5 rank out seasons. 5 rank out seasons is what I did to get these boats. So when you reward somebody with something you can only get if you do this, the only way that you can get this done is by not under a paywall. You have to earn this thing. No free XP. No free XP needed. Give me a gold camo. I don't care. Give me. It doesn't even have to be gold camo. Give me something that says, "Hey, I reset my line this many times," and I think that is fucking important. I think it's important for me. It's important for everybody out there. Look, that camo looks badass. It'll actually entice more people to actually go in and do these things and go in and reset their things. Now, me, I'm going to do it anyway because I have way too much time on my hands to play to not do it. That makes sense?
Yep. I think maybe extra banners or things like that. We don't necessarily need ships because it pushed it to the next question is the Colbert or is the Ohio worth it to you? The Colbert, maybe. The Ohio, not a chance. I have no interest in acquiring the Ohio in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
One, I don't like battleships much. I think they're not fun to play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like them, and I don't like the idea of a brawling American battleship in its current state of the Ohio. So
right.
The Ohio is definitely not worth it in any way, shape, or form for me. So that leaves it to the Colbert. I don't know if I like the idea of a 32,000 hit point cruiser at tier 10 that's made of paper that CVs, dump on all the time. I don't know if I like that idea. It's not enough for me to want to do it, unfortunately, in this current state. I don't know, and it's seasonal too. Does that mean my resource points go away if I don't spend them by the end of the season? No. Okay.
No, they're there permanently. Guys, it is seasonal. I didn't talk about that, but we can since it's come up. But it is seasonal. Once you unlock that ship, you don't lose those. You don't lose the Say you decided, okay, guys, this week Aatrox is going to reset his American battleship line, and he has to leave for something. And he doesn't get it done in those 3 months. That's fine because they'll stay there until you get there. Does that make sense? So as soon as you research it, you're good to go. You can grind through it at your own pace. You don't have to do it very quick. The only thing is you're going to have to grind 5 to 6 times just to get enough to get the Colbert and the Ohio. So regardless, if you wanted the Ohio and thought the Ohio was worth getting, which some people will, some people won't, is it worth the 6 grinds? Because that is 6 times that you have to go back through the goddamn game. Now,
can you regrind the same 6 over and over again?
As far as I know, yeah, as long as they're available in that period.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, guys, we got German and Japanese. It's a German and Japanese season, guys. You can only reset German and Japanese boats. Yeah. But for that period, you have no ships. I think that
that's going to suck for rank. It's going to suck for clan battles.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they give ranked and clan battles a big enough heads up that you can regrind back through it.
All right. Okay.
So I don't know, man. Overall, I really enjoy this idea. I don't particularly care for the rewards. Colbert's a boat I still don't think needs to be in the game. Ohio I'm just not a fan of the Ohio. I don't much care for secondary spec boats because I think that they are only good at one thing, and that's it. And if you can't get that off, which majority of the time a lot of the people won't be able to get that off without just being stupid and YOLO rushing, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time and effort to try to play those.
We don't know what the nations will be for the first Research Bureau yet, right?
No. Okay. It'll be out on the 7th, or I'm sorry, it'll be out with this patch, so we'll be able to jump right into it. And I probably might just reset something tomorrow, just to do it and just reset it. What am I going to play? That's the question. Probably, if it's American DDs, I'll probably play through that because I don't play a whole lot of them anyway, other than the premiums. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the Research Bureau or anything that we talk about, go ahead and at sirvenomik here in the chat, twitch.tv/sirvenomik, and we will get to those toward the end of the show. So next section. You wait. Any last little bits on the Research Bureau? I got one more thing to say. Go ahead.
Other than probably just going to be a massive free XP dump now, and the retraining of commanders. Than that,
I still think that they need to reward it with camos, something that you can only get, that you cannot buy, something that you cannot just drop money on, because it gives people a sense of purpose other than just playing the game. I'm sorry, I like playing this game as much as everybody else does, and after 3 years, excuse me, after 3 years of playing in 14,000 games, I'm searching for things to do. Like, give me something to do. Give me an objective. Give me a goal. What's my goal? I want that gold camo, or I want that stat track camo that shows how many kills I have on a boat on the side of the fucking thing in a digital form. Something. That's a one that changes colors for every 50,000 damage that you do. I mean, that's feasible. That's legit skin feasible. I don't know. I want something to separate myself from everybody else. Everybody's going to be doing this. Everybody's going to have the Colbert, whatever. Boo-hoo. I want something special. I want that Colbert's not special enough. Ohio's not special enough. Fucking flags and signals aren't special enough. I don't care about the goddamn badges and the patches. I don't give two shits about those things. And in fact, no. I don't even want to see a motherfucker's name come up when they killed me in their fucking badge. I don't care.
Oh.
That's not important.
No. It'd be cool if they put like giant banners you could stick on the back of the flag mast of the ship, that you can only earn that way. That was like times the size of a flag.
Yeah.
Something unique, like that only from doing these individual things.
One of the most ingenious things that they did was those goddamn Jolly Roger flags. That was genius.
They took them away.
Jolly Roger flag. Once you ranked out the second time, you got the number 2. Once you ranked out the third time, you got the black, or you got the flint, whatever. It didn't matter. The next time you ranked out, you got the number 3 on it, and the number 4. That was genius. That was spot on, because you can only get this if you ranked out. That. If you did that many rank outs, then you only got that. That separated you from everybody else. This is my 5th one. This is my 6th one. I've ranked out this many times. That was special to people.
Yeah.
And they
don't do it anymore.
They keep taking away things that are special to people and giving it to the fucking masses that didn't earn it. I had this argument about the black and the flint with it's not really an argument. I feel that they pretty much ripped my soul out. I was like, yes, I was very proud, and it's like, now fuck you, it doesn't matter because now everybody can buy it. And the guy was like, well, how do you think they earned that fucking steel? They bought it with the Steel Monsters campaign, and he didn't say anything. And this was a developer. He didn't say anything because he had nothing to say, because he knows I'm right. You basically pulled out your wallet, dual wielded the fucking credit cards, and went, I got me a black. How does that make me feel? The one that actually busted their ass through all the pain and turmoil. Sucked, man. Unique shell color tracings, unique flags, patches. I don't care about the patches, but something to make it special. They said that camos aren't good enough. Having unique camos aren't good enough. I'm like, yes it is. Yes it is.
That's why I use the word skin instead of camo, though.
Yeah.
Because camo implies that it's so like a you know,
I don't.
you
I
have
don't.
limited quantity.
I don't want limited quantity. I want a permanent
I want
camo.
a skin.
I want a
Yep.
permanent camo that says Research Bureau on the side after you get one. I don't care. A camo that has fucking tick marks on it. You know, little fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 / for the 5. Is that you've reset this line 5 times? That'd be unique, and you could put it on. You could, it only goes on the tier 10. Whatever. I don't care. Excuse me. Kill counters. Something. Anything. Anything is better than signals and patches. I don't care about that crap. None of that. Nobody pays attention to anybody else's badge anyway, except for you. You have one set up for yourself, and nobody gives 2 fucks what you got. I got a mermaid on mine, and that's it. All right.
Get yourself a merman.
I'm a merman. I'm a merman. Oh, you got the black lung pup. All right, so moving on, because I could bitch about that shit all day, but I'm gonna end up saying the same shit. So check this out. Let's talk about burnout. A lot of people are experiencing burnout right now. A lot of people and a lot of other streamers have gone. I know B6 came back after being gone for 3 weeks last night. He came back to show.
I saw that. He was back.
And it was nice. I mean, but let's talk about burnout. Let's talk about how much crap has been available for us to do, and how much crap they have just kind of shoved at us.
There's a lot to do.
Clan battles,
clan battles,
French flakes, rank season,
rank sprint,
rank sprint. There was a rank sprint not too long ago. There's a rank sprint starting on the fucking
French events.
5th.
The French event.
Yeah. The 2 French events.
Yep.
2 French events.
Yep.
And this is all within 2 patches of each other. Of how much crap has been crammed into this little deal.
Flooded City, whatever, Rogue Wave
event. That was a grind.
Yeah, it was a grind.
Although I wasn't adverted to the grind, it was a very heavy grind for some people.
The hill grind.
The hill grind, yeah.
Yep.
The Benham grind.
The Benham grind.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing anything?
That's over the last 3 months.
Am I missing anything?
I don't know.
Before that, you had the Russian battleship grind.
Russian battleship grind, and in between all that, there's a couple of rank season and clan battles. I think a lot of people are just they're overwhelmed. A lot of these higher players, the better players, in the big clans that do clan battles, and they do rank season, and then they do the sprints. And while the whole time they're doing this, they're trying to play other times so they can do their French flakes. There's just so much to do. At this point in time, people have to start picking and choosing what they want to accomplish.
Kind of, yeah. And there's a flip side of that. For the people who do manage to balance life, family, work, and all this crap, if they somehow manage to get all this done, and they start taking away things like French flakes are done, right? French destroyers are finished, and there's no new line to come out to grind. That's probably why Research Bureau is coming out now. They're going to be used to that pace, and then it's going to be pulled off underneath them. Because there is a time when we don't have a rank or a rank sprint or a clan battle going on, right? So,
not anymore. I mean, there used to be a week, or used to be a patch downtime in between the rank seasons and the rank sprints. But now we got clan battles and rank sprints, or ranked, going on at the same time. I'm sorry, but I understand what they're trying to do. Hey, there's all this content. Let's just flood the market with content, and people will play what they want to play. I get that, but it's becoming increasingly more difficult to do everything. Now I've already sacrificed clan battles a long time ago, so I don't even really care about that side. But I'm going from rank sprint to a full on ranked, back to a rank sprint, just to turn around and play another full on ranked again. I like ranked sprints. I love teaming up with bros and playing with dudes and moving on and moving up that line. So those really aren't too taxing because they're fun.
They're giving Dort plenty to do.
I think Dort. You guys, since we're talking about General Dort and his rank 1 on every fucking server, which he's done multiple times. I want to attribute this to wrestling. Let's throw this into a wrestling analogy. WWE has 3 hours on fucking Monday. Then they turn around and they got 2 hours on a Tuesday for SmackDown. At one point in time, there's 5 hours of TV plus all the programming on the network, $9.99. There is so much wrestling going on that people just don't care anymore. There's a lot of people that just don't care. And I think we're in the I think we're getting to the same point that there's so much that the quality of the content doesn't matter anymore. And so the product, World of Warships, is starting to become diluted with some of the harder core players, the players that have been here for a long time. People are burning out. People are leaving the game, and it has nothing to do with submarines, which we'll get into. It has nothing to do with CVs. I think there's just too much, and it's overwhelming for people.
When you start putting this many events together, we got what, 5 going on right now, 4, whatever. When you start doing that, the quality also goes down. You can't tell me, unless you hire 4 times as many developers, you start adding more, something has to give.
No.
There's no way.
But there's two reasons why I bring all this up. The dilution of the content, like Officer Titanium Tan has said. I'm starting to think that wargaming has become more and more separated from the player base. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. I don't know if I don't know if that's right. They gotta go where they gotta follow. They got their spreadsheet.
They got the spreadsheet.
They got the spreadsheet.
And I hate to say that too, because having been a community contributor and being able to get a hold of these guys and talk to them about different things of the game, and some of the replies that it's like Colbert, Smolensk, majority of us think that they're bad for the game and that these boats don't need to come out. And they say, well, we're not seeing how they're bad for the game because nobody's getting ridiculous numbers in these things.
Okay.
And I'm like, have you ever been subject to that fucking PP spam? I'm like, I've played it and I've done it. I mean, it's pretty nasty what you could do if you have fucking time. And I'm saying it. Jay's is saying it. Business 6 is saying it. A lot of the other guys in the chats are saying it. These things aren't good. These things aren't good. Oh well, we don't see it in the numbers, so we're going to do it anyway.
I haven't personally seen anyone that said what this game needs is the Colbert. I haven't seen anyone come out and said that this game needs it. They say it's fun. They say it's fun for all the wrong reasons. I've seen that said numerous times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't look. I like the boat. All right, I like the boat. It fits right up in my play style, right up in my wheelhouse. I love the Atlanta, and this gives me a whole Atlanta feel, right? And it's very squishy, and because it's so squishy, that it's okay. It's okay that it can spit out. It can spit out. It can spit out this amount of firepower, which I disagree with.
Then, I mean, if everyone wants to start bringing them and everything, I know it's an AA boat, but you know what? I'll just go play Hakuryu. I'll just go play 1,000 games in the Hakuryu.
You jerk. You're a dick for that.
I mean, hey, it's a counter, right? It's a counter. Because you're gonna have to pop a heal. You're gonna have to blow a defensive fire. As the game goes on, you're gonna run out of defensive fires, and I won't run out of airplanes because I'm balanced.
I really haven't seen that being too much of an issue, running out of planes. Drop your first rock, and then
That's my point. You will run out of consumables. I won't run out of planes.
Yeah, the later the game goes on, the stronger that CVs become. The less boats in the game, the stronger the CV is, because there's less AA out on the board.
Yeah,
I think that instead of bombarding the player base with all these events and all these new ships that may or may not be good for the game or whatever, who cares? That they need to work on more game modes. Bring Arms Race into the actual fold. Brings Arms Race into the actual random battle game mode. Adds just another game mode. Limit.
Yeah, where did it go?
We had that ranked season. Haven't seen it since. I loved Arms Race, and I love Arms Race.
I thought everyone did.
I love Arms Race. I love Domination, and I love Epicenter, because it's an objective-based game. The one that I hate the most, which is the slowest one, and I think I hear the most bitching about, is fucking Standard Battle. Get rid of that fucking
Standard
thing.
Battle, yeah.
It's garbage.
I used to hate Standard Battle, and I used to hate Epicenter. Now I don't. Now that I'm playing gunboats more than I'm playing battleships and cruisers, I'll take Epicenter over Standard Battle any day, especially in a gunboat. It's so boring. And literally everyone just presses W for like 45 seconds, and then they just press the S key twice, and then they just go to sleep.
I was paying attention to this the other day, and I was looking at teams that play Standard Battle. Now sometimes the majority of the players, they'll go out and they'll hold the corner or whatever, but it ends up they end up stopping, and not a whole lot of people push past the mid. But I have noticed more and more single individual players sitting back in their cap and just doing donuts in their fucking cap the entire game. The entire game. On Two Brothers, we see it. You see it on Two Brothers. You see it on. I see it on Estuary all the time, where they literally just sit right in the middle of the fucking cap and they don't fucking move the entire time. Of course, Two Brothers, I'm generally going up the middle anyway, but that's not the point.
They got that, and you got the new thing of smoking into a cap and then sitting at the edge of the cap and not going in smoke. I've seen a lot of that lately.
I still don't understand. If you're not spotted, why would you throw your smoke up in the first place? But that's just a dumb mechanic. It's just a dumb mentality from that player. So here's the next thing. Give me more game modes. Give me more game modes in the random battles. Force people to play objectives, right? That's basically what all these other things are, except for Standard Battle. You have one objective as opposed to 3 objectives or 4 objectives for Domination. And then you have the three ring circus that is Epicenter, which I love Epicenter. I still think it's probably one of my favorite game modes because it forces people out of that camping mentality. I have to go here, and I have to be flexible. I can't just play one way when I play Epicenter, because you have to pay attention to the fucking minimap. You have to be flexible. And the people that generally don't like Epicenter are those guys that aren't very flexible with their gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I've played this map this way 800 fucking times. It should work in this. Well, when it doesn't, then instead of looking at the way that they're playing the game, they generally just, this game mode sucks.
I would like to see, like, game modes where it's certain nations versus certain nations, or you get this to get a buff. Kind of, I don't want to say arms race because that's what that's about, but like, I would have loved to have seen the Italian cruisers have a unique property, like they would get a buff if they div up with a different ship, to give them like a tool like that. Play with this, a Russian ship, you get this, or you play with the German, you get that. You play with the American.
That's
it would have been
idea.
Cool. It would have been great to make them. Well, it's a good ship, but if you were to div with a different nation of a different thing, you get this or this or this or this.
If you div with the Axis powers, then you get this. If you div with the Allied powers, you get that.
It would have been a cool feature to make that line unique. Like that's a unique thing, you know? That would have been nice.
Yeah.
There's all these little things they can do.
You know what that sounds like to me, though? That sounds like a new fucking game mode.
I would be fine with it.
That sounds like a new entire fucking game mode.
That's what I wanted. Like, that's what I wanted. When I heard that they're considering doing Italian cruisers into the tech tree, I thought, we need to do this. And then I got SAP, and then SAP was lit on fire.
Yeah. Bonus for nations, faction groups. That'd be a great that'd be a fantastic new game mode. Have an event, do it. Have an event. Allies over here, they get this. Axis over there, they get that. Or you could do. I don't know how they would have to do it with the matchmaker, but still, you get the point. Okay, you got to be American, or you're going to be the German and Japanese over here. You're going to be the American, the French, and the blah blah blah, or you're going to be let's make a fucking Vichy France line.
That I spit that out the other day as well.
Yeah, let's make a Vichy France line, and have it be allies or Axis. I mean, there's a lot of things that they could do with the game to bring in more game modes. I think more game modes are probably better for longevity than just throwing a whole bunch of different events down our throat.
Yes.
Take the time, develop the game mode. Go ahead and put Arms Race in because it's a completed mode. They fucking did a ranked season on it, and the ranked season was fucking great. Probably one of my favorite ranked seasons.
It was live on the server for a while before that, then, too.
You know why they got rid of it?
No.
Nobody was playing it. You know why? Because it was rewarded like shit. Because there was an event going on that we had to do that you couldn't get points for.
Yeah. They didn't reward it at all. And I know I'm not that.
Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's move on. That's Burnout. A lot of people. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about Burnout. I know several people that are really pushing for pushing themselves out of the game, and I don't think it has anything to do with one thing in particular. I think it's everything all at once. It's hitting them. And those particular people need to take a step back from the game and look, I'm not going to be able to get it all done. Understand that I'm not going to be able to get it all done. So let's get done what we can get done and what is going to be the most efficient use of our time. I think those people, it's kind of where I'm at right now. What's going to be the most efficient use of my time? Because I have to do testing boats and I have to do ranked season and I've got all this shit on my plate. And it's overwhelming as a community contributor. When we had 10 fucking test boats that I had to play a minimum of 5 games in each. And so Aatrox is going to get his FedEx that's on its way there. But either way, guys, let me know what you guys think. Hit me up at sirvenomik in the chat, and we'll talk about these toward the end of the show. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything that we talked about. So let's go ahead and move on into the next section here. Let's talk about this rank season so far, and then we'll talk about what's coming up next. Rank season 13. Rank season's 13, so 6 versus 6 fucking tier 9 fest. Tier 9's not a bad tier. I have enjoyed this tier.
Not a great tier.
I mean, it's not. I still think 8 and 6 are probably my favorite tiers. 7's just a joke, and 10's a joke. But let's talk about it. How is your rank season going?
As a cruiser or destroyer main, it's fine. I love gunboats, so I just
play gunboat.
I think I've always said to you, I thought like the Udaloy, I think the tier 9 has some of the best destroyers for its tier, and when they made it that, I was like, all right, it's gonna be DDs everywhere.
Yep.
And sure, long behold, it's DDs everywhere.
Yep. It is fucking nasty with DDs right now, which is fine with me because I'm one of those guys. I only play DDs in rank season until the last rank season where I was just tired of losing because of the rest of my team, so I just went save a star conch mode. So I'm a dirty conch player. Doesn't matter. Here's the deal. I played 42 games to hit rank 5. I did it in 2 days. Played 42 games in 2 days to hit rank 5. Yeah. And then I didn't play it until yesterday for the first time because
mistake.
Not mistakes. It just there wasn't enough queue. at rank 5.
You didn't find the queue to be to your liking.
You're probably right. I want to get in and get out of games as quickly as possible, and just in case, because there's a limited amount of time that I'm willing to sit here and play the game. And it's getting shorter and shorter. The longer we go it's getting shorter and shorter. I mean, it wasn't anything to do 10 to 12 hours on the game. Even 4 months ago, I was doing that. And then now it's like, dude, if I can get to 4 hours playing the game, I was like, I just don't want to play anymore. Like last night we were playing, and we played a couple of games, and I was like, didn't matter how good we were playing or how bad we were playing, we were just losing because the rest of the teams are just bad. And I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to play anymore. I don't even want to try. And so I just turned it off.
Goes back to the side effect of these events, man. What it is. Side effect of these events.
But
the French flakes, the rank, it's a side effect. It changes the meta. We're accustomed to, and everyone is, usually seeing 4 to 5 battleships, 3 to 4 cruisers, 3 to 4 destroyers. But when you got everyone ramming these French flakes through there, or doing the Halsey, or doing Yamamoto, whenever this thing's dumped, when everyone goes for, trying to get 3 million tank potential damage and live a battle, it throws the matches. And not in a good way.
No, you're right. Missions do nothing but fuck up random games. Missions do nothing but fuck up random games. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that statement. But let's
But rank, I mean, it's been fine as long as you have a destroyer to play. My friend only plays battleships. He plays battleships in client battles, plays battleships in rank, plays battleships in randoms. He had to go buy the Kitakaze just to rank out.
Yeah, I was fixing to say. I think that people that consider themselves, I am a battleship main or I'm a cruiser main, I think they hurt themselves in the long run because they're so ingrained in that they don't understand how to play the other ships. Now, that's not saying all of them, but I think a lot of people hurt themselves because especially when it shifts. The last rank sprint season was nothing but DDs. This fucking season, nothing but DDs. I played 13 games yesterday, and all but 3 of them had 5 DDs in them, and that's at rank 5.
I ranked out on the last sprint I did on the Boise, and I carried every single one of those games. It was bad.
And you know why?
Like 150,000 damage minimum every game to rank out.
Do you know why?
On the Boise.
Because you were probably playing around the objective.
Yeah,
I think one of the biggest things that I see about ranked season is that people get into these Yugamos and people get into these Shimakazes and they get into these Shiriatsuyus, and they go way out in the middle of nowhere, or they're playing the fucking Azuma or the Yoshino, and you guys know how to play those. They're sitting at 20 fucking kilometers, and I'm like, you're not effective for your fucking team. You see it in the Ibuki. I love the Ibuki, and I wanted somebody to rank out in the Ibuki, but I'm sitting there. I don't want to see that fucking Ibuki on my team because he's going to be so goddamn far away from the game that it's not going to fucking matter.
I can't tell you how many ranked games. I'm only at rank 7 now. I can't tell you how many games though that I've won that I set near my rock, not behind it the whole game on the epicenter, but just near the rock, spotting. Going out, spotting the battleships, and then when I know torps are coming, duck back behind Lucy, hide behind the rock.
Yeah.
And then push back out. And I literally spend 11 to 12 minutes in that like 1 or 2 square area. Yeah. And then finally someone kills the battleship, and I push out and go gun down 2 or 3 destroyers, win the game. Yeah. Like, but if I wasn't alive, if I didn't stay alive and spot for my team and hold that middle objective, they would have gotten the middle point. Yeah. And then they would have accumulated points the entire game. Yeah. You gotta hold. Yeah. I'm not saying sit behind the rock the whole time. Don't do that. If you just hide behind the rock the whole time, you're not helping anyone.
Right. Well, there's a thing. I had a guy yell at me the other day. This is like the second day or something like that. I was at my 46. I've been playing nothing but the 46. I love the hydro, and I love what that hydro is capable of doing. Right? The potential, at least.
Oh, what's dirty?
I was in the middle of that board, holding down the middle of the board. We're talking about Trident on Epicenter. And I literally, we're on the bottom side, so I was literally sitting on that rock pretty much the entire game. He's like, why don't you fucking move? I was like, why don't you shoot at what I'm spotting? He's like, what are you spotting? I was like, boom, I hit my hydro and a broadside cruiser setup. And the guy that was on the outside on the right-hand side was able to fucking one-shot him. It's like, that's what I'm fucking spotting. What are you doing? You know? That's what I'm doing. And then I would back up and I would shoot the guys going across the middle, taking little pot shots at the DDs. We had a game last night where Jace was playing against us. And I literally sat there the entire game. Like literally sat there the entire game. When they started making their push around my corner where on that left side, I pushed out toward the middle. I pushed out in the middle. Did I die? Yes, I died. But you know what? I dropped my Peds and I got the radar out of the game. The Donskoy came around the corner and I dropped torch on him. I mean, there's something to be said.
You need a guy that hides behind that rock, but he needs to be competent. You can't just nose into that island and have a beach party.
No, you can't just run a fucking Neptune up there because he's got radar begging for smoke. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? You're like, why are you here? You got a Freddy DeGrober bearing down on you with 6 kilometer hydro. You're dead. Period. You know, there's no reason for him to not come around that corner. But if they know a DD's there, then there's a reason for them not to come around that corner because I'm going to drop my torps faster than that Neptune will. Or at least I'll get them back faster than that Neptune will. So I mean, of course, that's all mentality of the game. I know a lot of people have been playing the Mogador in ranked. What do you think of the Mogador in ranked?
I have. Oh boy, save it. Careful.
You just say it. Do you have a hierarchy of destroyers that you think are better than the others?
No. Like it does its job. It does its job fine. As long as it's like 1 per team, or 2 on one team and none on the other, it works phenomenal. When you have 3 on each side, it's stupid, pointless, dumb. There's no reason for it. I also don't like the fact that essentially they're like, if you spend 20,000 doubloons, you can get this Mogador and no one else can get it unless they also spend 20,000 doubloons to get the Mogador. I don't like that the way it was rolled out. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just don't like when the Harugamo was dropped. We all could play the Harugamo, remember?
Yeah.
And we did fine with it. But the way that they did it with the Mogador, I feel like I want to take a shower after I play it. I think I have a 75% win rate playing it. I played 4 games. So that's a really small
change.
It's a small sample size there,
yeah.
So that's nothing to be proud of. I played I think 60 some games in the Kitakaze with a 64% win rate. That's a much larger sample size. And I played like 10 games in the Chungmu with a 65% win rate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just can't.
Or 11 games or whatever.
I just can't give anything to that Pan Asian DD line. I think that Pan Asian DD line was such a stupid idea with deep water Peds.
There's a specific reason why my win rate is what it is with Radar Chungmu.
All right, spit.
And it's because there was 4 or 5 of us that were all hanging out, and we were just playing ranked, and there was 2 Radar Chungmus, and the rest of us were bringing Kitakazes. So we ended up having a Radar Chungmu on each team, and then a bunch of other random destroyers. So wherever the Radar Chungmu went, it had smoke.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's a good idea. And you're thinking about
a group of us that were playing. We're like, all right, some of us are bringing Radar Chungmu, and when we had, when there's 3 on one team and 1 on the other, or 2 on the other, we all went to our separate rooms and we played, and we're like, okay, you got smoke, you go here, and I'll follow you, and then I'll radar, and then we'll have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we did that.
You're thinking about team comps, and that's great. Unfortunately, the majority of the people out there won't think about the team; they will think about themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. I just have a problem with Chungmu. Let's talk about some more of the destroyers. Benham, what a piece of shit this thing is.
I know there are some other community contributors that recommend it, but I do not. I don't like seeing the Benham in rank. I don't like seeing the Benham in the tier 5 to 1 bracket at all. I think it's an abysmal of a ship. I don't know why it's in the game.
The Benham is fine for randoms.
It's a clown car. It's a clown car.
Yeah, the Benham is fine for randoms. The Benham is very strong in randoms, but in ranked season, it's a piece of trash. It cannot fight anybody. You have 4 guns, and unless you hit them with a torp, you're probably going to die. And you're going to have to turn around and fucking run. You're going to literally have to turn around and fucking run because you cannot gun these people down. Going on sleeping here just for a prime example. It might just been this guy was a piece of shit, whatever. I ran in sleeping giant from the bottom side. I ran straight into the fucking A cap from the inside. Hit my little hydra. I took a little bit of damage on the way in there, but I got in there and we got the cap. We ended up winning the game. Benham is on that same side as I'm pushing in there. Drops his peds while I got my hydro on, so I see that shit coming from a mile away, and I fucking dodge it, and then proceed to put 3 and 4 and 5,000 damage volleys into him. He's broadside with my AP. He turns around, pops his smoke, and runs away. I took like maybe 1,000 damage from that guy, but I did like 8 or 9 to it. It's an amazing thing in people's priorities when it comes to different ships. I think that people need to take boats out there, and they need to experience these things. And regardless of what other people tell you, if you like a particular boat, then fine, go play it. But don't sit there and try to convince me that this boat is worth a shit when I, in fact, have seen it fail time and time again. Omaha is a perfect example. I've seen that boat fail time and time again, and it's not a good boat. And the Benham, I've seen it fail over and over and over and over again. And I've also seen it actually succeed, but more often than not, it's a failure of a ship in these games.
You know, back to the Mogador for 1 second. I think the Mogador is fairly balanced in random. I don't know if they're necessarily considering all avenues that these ships are being seen in when they're balancing on when they're releasing them right now. Like a Mogador, it kind of wonky in rank, man. To be honest with you, kind of wonky in rank. It
Very
wins,
strong,
but
though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but is it too strong for being a brand new ship? Like,
of course, there's a pattern. There's a pattern that you see with everything that goes on. And at some point in time, you're going to start seeing the Kreml with its good accuracy. You're going to start seeing the Kreml fall off on accuracy.
Yeah, and then but like the Lenin, like nothing can pen a deck at tier 8, and you're seeing it like in random. It's fine because it sees multiple different things. But when you bring the Lenin into clan battles, it's competitive. It's kind of broken. You know, there's something that I wish was maybe, I don't know if it's considered as much as maybe it should be, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I like the Mogador. I think the Mogador being played aggressive on the outside, getting to the outside very quickly. You can catch other DDs out of position when they're not ready for it. You see it a lot on Epicenter when they're coming around that left-hand side of the map from the bottom at the A side, you know, that A cap there. Coming around, I've seen guys absolutely get smashed by Mogadors. The Mogador takes a little bit of damage. He turns out and he's running, but he's going to get a lot of damage on a destroyer that's sitting there if he doesn't pop his smoke. And if he doesn't have any help, something like a Benham, what can he do? His torps aren't going to catch up with that fucking Mogador. His guns aren't going to catch up with that fucking Mogador. The Benham is just outclassed.
Mogador and Sleeping Giant is, I think is what the name of it, right?
God, it's so good. Sleeping Giant, Thunderdome.
You just right up the middle, right into A cap, and you cap it before they can get in, and you at least, worst comes to worst, you probably at least save your star.
Yeah,
doing absolutely nothing.
I think it's an interesting concept with the Mogador in ranked, and you know, If I get to the point where I'm just struggling with the 46, I might just switch over to that and just go get the outside caps. Just control that outside, and spot and keep pressure on people and try not to get hit. You really want help because you're not going to 1v1 these things. You're not going to 1v1 a fucking Mogador in anything. I don't care how good you think your boat is. You're going to be hard pressed to kill this fucking Mogador. If he has spots on you and he can get shots on you, you're in for some damage. You're going to take a lot. Strongest DD so far has still been the Jutland, in my opinion. It's too good. Its disengage ability is too good, so you can hit and run and come back.
Yeah, I'm not good in it though.
I'm not either. That's why I'm not playing it.
Yeah, it's a great boat. It's probably the best for ranked right now. I said that last night.
Yeah,
but it's not me. I'm not good in it, so I don't play it.
Yeah. Worst is Benham by far. Everything else is just better. Cruiser wise, I haven't really seen a whole lot of cruisers, so I really can't tell. I had Buffalo, Seattle, probably the best with the radars.
All American cruisers, all American.
Yeah,
Alaska, Buffalo, Seattle.
Yeah, Alaska, Buffalo, Seattle. They're all top three. Donskoy a little bit here and there, but it's
Kronstadt here and there.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just American. Because the range is good and its duration is really long.
I think in this meta, I did a video on my top picks, and I'm really kind of surprised that the Freddy's not being played more. I'm really surprised that the Freddy the Groper's not being played more. With its secondary capabilities, I've seen a lot of stupid people playing Georges. I hate the Georgia, and I think it's terrible. But I will give the Georgia and the Freddy this: its secondaries are devastating to destroyers. And in this meta, I'm surprised we're not seeing more of those two particular boats. What I am seeing a lot of is the John Bart, which is fine with its HE capabilities and its reload capabilities. It hurts DDs pretty good. So yeah. I think that was a good choice for a lot of people. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised about not seeing any more Alsaces. I think I've saw 2 Alsace, but why would you want the Alsace when you could have the JB? Because it just puts out more DPM. Iowas, haven't seen too many Iowas. Haven't seen any Izumos. I saw a couple of Izumos the first 2 days I was playing, but I haven't
saw
seen
one
any
last night. We actually won. Thanks, man. It's a good boat. I don't have a problem with it. It's just there are better choices.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely better choices. So anyway, that's our rank season. That's our rank season here. What do you guys think of this rank season? How do you guys enjoying the rank season? I know there's a lot of people are upset at the heavy DD action that is going on. What do you guys think of the heavy DD action? And let me know what you guys think at sirvenomik. Guys, we're sitting there hanging out with my man Atrox. You guys can hit him up over on his Twitter at C_Atrox or at his Twitch, twitch.tv/C_Atrox. We'll get to your Q&A a little bit later on tonight. So many DDs. I actually don't think that this season's bad. I'm enjoying this season. I haven't played too many games yet, but
they should have let us bring tier 8 carriers.
Tier 8 carriers?
Yeah.
That would offset some of the DD meta.
Yep.
That would definitely offset either one, Lucho, Georgia, or there's not one best. You know what? Honestly, dude, I think what would be better than the Freddy or the Georgia is playing the JB, because you can have relatively consistent guns and a lot of reload. But anyway, let's move on into this. As soon as this rank season goes down, you have until September the 3rd to rank out if you want to. September the 5th, rank sprint comes back. And this goes back into burnout, man. We're immediately going into another ranked sprint. Now, this ranked sprint is tier 6.
All right.
Tier 6 ranked sprint. It's a 7v7.
Tiers.
And the rewards here are for Cole, which I don't really care about. It's a 7v7 in domination form with a limit of 1 aircraft carrier per team. You got an aircraft carrier this time in ranked sprint.
Perth. End of story.
Perth is so good. I remember I was watching, you remember Keskin?
Yeah.
K35 ranked out in like 80 or like 79 games that first tier 6 rank season that they did in a Perth.
First great book, man.
So season starts September the 5th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then ends on Saturday, September the 14th at 3 o'clock a.m.
So what? 9 days?
You got 9 days to rank out. The 7v7 that'll be a tough season. That'll be a tough season at 7v7.
Tier 6 is a good tier though, man.
No, I agree. I think tier 6 is probably one of the better balanced tiers because all the battleships are good, all the cruisers are good. But what do we think carriers are going to do for this? At a 7v7, it's going to be a slow play. Everything. It's going to be slow play.
Yeah.
It's going to be slow play. I mean, I'm probably going to get the Hatsuharu and I'm going to set it up for fucking AA.
Either there's going to be a lot of carriers or there's going to be none. There's going to be no in between with this one. With quote-unquote 7% of the population playing one carrier game, I don't foresee it being a major problem.
T61 is going to be fucking ridiculous again this season.
Yeah.
T61 is probably the best DD at the tier. I like the Hatsi because I like the 5.8 kilometer detection, but T61 is going to be the top.
Yeah.
Yep, T61. That's probably going to end up being my boat of choice. All right, so there you go. What are your comments on the rank season? Any you got any last minutes before we move on into our big main topic?
No.
All right.
I don't know what a big topic is. I'll find out in a second.
Yeah, you'll find out, man. It's on the screen. Excuse me. Submageddon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Submageddon. Now I'm going to go on record right here as to tell you that I don't give two flying fucks about subs. I don't like them. I think they're dumb, and I don't even want to fucking play them. Or at least I don't want them in the game. What are your initial thoughts?
I think potentially subs will be an interesting dynamic. I think they will also probably be boring. I think they will be easier to balance than carrier.
I agree.
Because the bottom line, they are a boat.
All right.
And they're a slow boat.
No. I agree. Honestly, I don't think subs are necessary for this game to continue. I don't want subs in the game. I think subs are very boring. And it's going to have some pretty good gameplay to keep me fucking interested in it. With that being said, they're coming anyway. So no matter what I say, it's on their way. So with that being said, I will play them and I will test them and I will do whatever I have to do to learn how to play these boats effectively. I might not like it and I might think it's boring, but we're going to do it anyway. I think the carrier gameplay right now is boring as shit. It's probably one of the most boring things that I've ever seen.
What's the joke that shows like a picture of an open ocean and it says you're now watching submarine race?
But we don't know. We don't know anything about them, man. They did say they learned, they quote unquote learned their lesson from the CV rework release. They learned their lesson, and so with that being said, they are going to take CVs out of the main game at the beginning. Or not CVs, but submarines out of the main game at the beginning. They're going to put it in some events, or they're going to put it in some operations, and they're going to separate the actual submarines integration for a couple of months, which I think is fine. As long as they take the time and they get it balanced to where it's actually balanced or relatively close to balanced, where we don't have to wait fucking 4 months or 5 months now before it's actually in a place where it's viable. 8.0 was when the CV's released. We are on 7 patches later. It's still not 100%.
Well, it's now gone full circle. With the AA change, if you looked at it, it's now gone from control and click to look and click.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just fucking give me the control click back.
I mean,
that solves the fucking problem. Just give me the control click. It's a mess, but that's besides the point. We're talking about submarines here.
I think it's the only reason why I think it's I don't want to use the word important, but intriguing to put them in the game is the fact that battleships gone, right? I mean, they brought them back in the 90s for the Persian Gulf for shell bombardment, and then they're gone again. Submarines are still here. They have and had the staying power. I think there is potential to do something with them. The question is, they were, God, they were slow boats then. They're not necessarily quick now. They were fast on the surface. They were slow underwater. The ones that at least we're going to be playing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like 13 knots or 8 knots or something. Some of them on the electric power. They're slow. We don't know what they're going to be in the game. I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. I totally get that. I totally get that we don't know what we're going to get in the game. But for them to be any kind of relative to the actual gameplay or relevant, for them to even be irrelevant, they're going to have to break the history. Which I'm fine with that. I don't care if they break the history. Here's a fast-moving sub that only has a couple of launchers on it. Here's a slow-moving sub with more, and maybe a little tankier sub. Whatever. We have 8mm fucking armor or some shit when it comes to the fucking surface, and you get shit on. I mean, there's a. How are we supposed to destroy? There's still a lot of things left unsaid that they have not told us, or they don't know.
They said in the dev blog that depth charges will be an automatic consumable, much to the repair party of a aircraft carrier.
Automatic?
That's what it said. It's an automatic consumable.
I don't know if I like taking. That's now you're playing the game for me.
I'm just.
No, I know that, but I know what you're doing, but I don't. The one thing about this game, more consumables. Do we need more fucking consumables? Fucking Henry already got fucking speed boost, reloader, fucking AA button. I mean,
the French don't need the reload booster.
I'm already on the I button. Like literally, I'm already going out to the I button with some of these ships. You got R, T, Y, U, I.
We're gonna give you a tow button. Put it on the floor. Have a little push button on the floor.
I don't get it. I don't understand, man. I don't understand this. Just let it be a fucking secondary. Let it act just like a secondary. When these things are spotted and you can control click on that motherfucker, boom, 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 boom. I start dropping depth charges, yada yada yada. Let it be a secondary type thing.
They're trying to take the control click stuff away because of console, right?
I don't like that either. I mean, like, fuck console. I mean, like, I like console as much as the next guy, but fuck console, man. Quit trying to throw console mechanics on a fucking PC. Quit trying to throw console mechanics to the PC. Is this a way that you can get the patches the same? No, because it's two different entities. But why dumb the PC game down when you can have more control because you have a shitload more buttons? Got 160 fucking 180 keyboard, right here. I have 180 different buttons that you can do. Give me more control. Less control on this. I don't know, man. It all depends on how they implement them and what they're doing and what the defenses are. There's a lot changing in this game coming up here in a couple of months. There's going to be a shitload of stuff changing in the game. Now, is it going to kill the game? No. It won't fucking kill the game. It'll kill the game just like the fucking smoke change killed the game. It'll kill the game just like CVs have killed the game. It'll kill the game just like any, insert fucking random thing that everybody was up at. RPF is going to kill the fucking game. Get over it.
I mean, I would hope, honestly, that maybe we would get more historically accurate subs for operations, and they just leave them at that. I would rather see that than some arcade, paper sub that does 75 knots or launchers, armored thing. No.
Forward launchers, aft launchers.
Yeah.
Vertical launchers.
CBMs.
You got launchers that come out at fucking 32-degree angles. You can't even get to one section because the torpedo is gone crossways in between a fucking section of the goddamn boat. That's torpedo tube, guys. Got to go around it. Watch your head.
No. No.
I don't know. It does have potential to be very devastating to the player base. I know a lot of people are excited about subs, and for them, I don't understand them. I don't get it. You know, I watch some of these other games, and I'm just like, they're such a boring game to watch. It's a boring game to play, but that's, you know, to each their own.
Play cold water, she go to sleep.
Dude, I can't watch it. I can't fucking play it. I played it for about, I don't know, probably 8 hours or so, and I was like, this is the most boring fucking game that I've ever seen. I don't get it. I don't understand the big draw of fucking submarines. I don't understand why people wanted them in the fucking game to begin with. Because if you really think about it, do they fit in right now with the gameplay? No.
They fit in more than CVs do.
Well, yeah, I agree. They will fit in more than what CVs do, but CVs were probably more.
It's not saying much, so.
No. And as you can see, we still have yet to balance CVs. And there's another new AA change coming in to try to help balance the shit. And it's going to be too strong. And now the pendulum is going to swing way back to the other side.
They said it's to buff AA for the cruisers, and it's also a buff to the carrier. How can you buff both sides? How is that a thing? Am I missing something here? Because they said they were going to buff. They said it's a buff for AA and it's a buff for the carriers.
You know, one of the changes that they did in the game that kind of pertains to this is the invisible fire nerf. When they took away the invisible fire nerf, it was so broken, it was so overpowered to just get hammered by a DD that you couldn't retaliate on. It became unfair. I'm thinking the same thing right now with submarines. I'm like, look, I'm going to get torpedoed by this motherfucker that I can't fucking see and I can't even fucking hit in a battleship. I think this is going to dilute the battleship population even more, and that's going to make cruisers even more strong. You have to do some of these light cruisers. You have to have them capable of hunting subs. You have to have it. Just going to put more pressure on your DD players to go hunt subs, because
you can see where they're going, because like the Friesland. What's the Friesland?
The Friesland's a fucking monster.
But it's a sub hunting destroyer. That's specifically what it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can see where we're going with it.
Yeah. We can see where we're going with it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I think subs are bad. I think subs are bad for the game. I think they have no business in this game. You want to keep it to its own game mode, fine. But it has no business in the actual main game, and I don't understand what the fuck they're smoking, man. We listen to the players. You know, they did say they did say something that kind of intrigued me during that Halloween event where the subs were out there. They made a comment, something along the lines of, "We saw by the Halloween event, people want subs in the game because everybody was playing it." And I was like, wait a second. That's the only motherfucking thing we had to play that year. So your spreadsheet just literally said exactly what you wanted it to say. People played it. That was the only thing to play, motherfucker. Of course we got to go play it if we want to get those rewards.
You have option A or option A. Everyone liked the lunch on option A.
Jesus. Jesus. And in before some dipshit out there goes, "Oh, but a yellow submarine." All right, we get it. The joke's over. It's not funny. It's never been funny, yellow submarine joke. I'm going to put my school bus camera on my sub. All right, there you go. I've said it first, and it's not funny. Some of that shit, man, it frustrates me, man.
So if there was like a pink camo, then it would kind of look like a. Never mind.
A dong. It would look like a dick. You can say it. Look like a dick. I think they're missing. I think they're missing the boat, or at least they're pun intended. I think they're missing some things. What they're saying and the reasons behind what they're saying are interesting. They're very interesting. I'm like, how could you sit there and say the people want to play submarines when you have no other option but to play submarines?
In Soviet Russia.
and not only that, but that was the big draw of that season. Let's see how submarines are going to interact with the rest of the game. Although it was you only could play the submarines, you didn't ever got to play against them. So I don't really think that they got a good tally, a good information.
Well, they had to have got some data because guess what? I refuse to play them. And I actually kind of want subs in the game. And I refuse to take part in their Halloween event. So, there, how's that?
So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on submarines? Honestly, if they're going to come in, I think they need to officially and 100% stay out of fucking randoms and go straight into events, operations, and keep it. If they're going to do the event, do it every couple of months. Have a rotating set of events, and keep the submarine. Okay, guys, we got submarine event coming up this month, so everybody get ready for subs.
There's a few things that they can do. Let's be honest. Being underwater at 8 knots, or if everything's sped up, let's say what, 16, 24, whatever, right?
Let's just call every one of them goes Colorado speed. 20 knots under the water.
Is gonna suck. So there's a few things that could at least make it more enticing, right? Beautiful maps, great scenery. Like space trucking in Star Citizen, boring, but at least it's gorgeous. But I don't know if the engine can handle that. I don't know if the game is at a state where they can make a gorgeous map where you want to troll along at Colorado speed underwater and looking at all the fish and the sharks and seaweed and mermans swimming around down there. I don't know if it's going to be enticing enough. I think it'd be great for more operations and stuff, as long as it looks nice. Like it's gotta look attractive. No one wants to look at Shamu down there in a bikini. We actually want it to look pretty. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Visuals have to be good. I think that with a lot of the things, all the subs, all of the destroyers are going to need to get hydro. All of the cruisers are going to have automatic hydro within a certain range. But then how do you dodge these torps? I mean, it's such a mind-boggling experience to try to figure things out before they actually tell us what's going on.
It's going to be a while, I'm imagining too.
And, I mean, I expect the first testings probably toward the end of the year. We're getting there. It's August the 20th right now, 2019. But I expect something around December or so, to kind of a slow. Are
you expecting testing, or are you expecting more like the
information?
Like
I just want fucking
Twitch
information.
Video like they did last for the CV rework.
I just want information. I kind of don't want to go onto the public test server ever, but if it comes to the public test server and that I will have a chance to actually get in there and play it and stream it,
I'll play it.
I'll get in there and try it. I'll see what it's all about. See how strong is it going to be versus this versus that. Version 9.0.
Well, we're not going to get PvP sub, right? So
not at the beginning, no.
Yeah, so
you know what? Then again, sub versus sub hunter. Now we're going to plug and play cat and mouse with this goddamn thing. The game's already slow enough as it is. Why do I want to go chase down a fucking submarine in my DD, taking me more and more away from the rest of the main fleet? DDs are going to suck when this thing comes out, you know.
Well, the CVs are going to have a win-win because you're going to have that lone destroyer trying to hunt a submarine.
Yeah. Let's go in there. Hey guys, poop poop. Hey, I'm a bubblehead. Let's go. Bing. And then they go out to the fucking J10 line, and some BR clan guys are going to chase him. You know they are. Some of those guys that are dumb, I'm not talking about BR clan here, just in general. Some dumb players is going to go fucking chase him, and they're going to be like, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Ja, 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 ja. And I'm like, what? Somebody translate that shit for me? Oh my God, dude. What are you go? I mean, what do you do? What is a destroyer supposed to do with these things, man? We'll find that out later. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at the moment. We're still several months away from any more information. You know. So there it is. There it is. Submarines. Going to be their own game mode. We just kind of giving our opinions. Is it going to kill the game? Fuck no, it's not going to kill the game. Is it going to be very frustrating when the entire game changes again? Yes.
But there's 47 subs in queue and 2 battleships, 1 cruiser, and 12 destroyers. It's going to be a rough week.
It's going to be a week. It's going to be a couple of months. How many subs are we going to get at the release? That's the question. German subs, American subs, Japanese had a few subs. British, did the Brits have any subs?
Yeah. The
So
Japanese have some of the best subs in the war. So.
All right, well let's go into this. What nations?
Italians had subs. Russians had subs.
All right.
All of them had subs.
All right, so like we have a potential for full trees for everything.
It depends on what their definition of subs are. The Italians invested heavily and the British had some as well, into mini subs for more like sneaking into moored ships in the harbor, cutting through the torpedo nets and basically distributing underwater depth charges or bombs, and then they would go on shore and try to hide once they blew up. Panic went that way, they go this way. I'm not sure what they're gonna consider a sub. You know, you gotta remember, like, then the Japanese I-400, the dual hulled submarine, which is what we used to build our first nuclear submarine. So it depends on where they're going with it. Like the mini subs, then the Italians did build some actual mini subs. For getting into harbors, like actual submarines, because
fucking cartel subs.
Yeah.
The Bahamian.
They were diesel powered.
Diesel subs. Diesel subs, electric subs. Fucking.
It's a mess. The Germans had some big ones that never even saw action at the end of the war.
Yeah.
Way too late. Then we had the carrier sub from the Japanese, right? Planes. Bombed Long Beach. There was 3 of those. So,
well, if they didn't put out the Tone, or the Tone A, if they didn't put out the Tone A, I doubt we'll see CV sub.
I know. I'm just making conversation.
Yeah. At that point,
the Japanese had multiple small submersibles. They had the Chiton torpedo, the man torpedo, which I don't think the game will quite go that dark. They had the mini subs to use to get into the harbor at Pearl Harbor, and they had other mini subs, and then they had the normal submarines, and then they had the submarines. The Italians had 3 or 4 different versions of mini subs. They had like a smaller sub they put on top of their other submarine. It looked like a school bus on a school bus. It looked derpy and dumb as hell. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot of content there. And maybe they'll work on like 4 different trees, and we'll have our own just sub. The submarines will have their own battle button, sub versus sub.
That'd be a good game mode.
Or a sub versus destroyer.
Convoy raiding, convoy protecting. You know, there's a couple of events right there, or a couple of operations right there. Convoy raiding, convoy, you know, and then you queue up for convoy raiding, and then those guys, the other players, queue up for convoy defense, and you know, there you go. There's your fucking event.
Or German U-boats for the Battle of the Atlantic. You know, there's a lot of stuff there. I don't want the pitchforks and torches coming out already.
No, they're already coming out, no matter what we want them or not. I mean,
know,
you can just look in all the discords that you're involved in, and I'll be, they're fucking subs, blah blah blah, fucking subs, they're stupid. I'm leaving the game if they bring out subs. Well, they're bringing it out. See ya. It ain't gonna kill the game. It's just gonna kill people's interaction with the game. I think a lot of people are gonna get upset about them at first, just like they did with Stalingrad.
Yeah.
People got upset at the fucking stuff. This thing is OP. When you really think about it, it's not that. It's a good boat, but it's not like fucking super overpowered.
There are two things that made me walk away from this game for a short period of time. Number one was British destroyers.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that they are overpowered and broken. It was that when there were 6 British destroyers per side, they were so annoying that I just couldn't hang with it. Matchmaker pooped the bed, and it was just awful.
Yeah. Well, that happens. I mean, that happens with everything. Anytime
and that's
there's
why
a new
I walked
release.
away.
Yeah.
Like I walked away, and when it kind of mellowed out, I came back.
Well, with that sentiment, with the French DDs actually getting their partial release with this next patch tomorrow, or later on tonight, there's going to be a lot of French DDs in the queue.
Yeah, but I'm playing ranked, so it doesn't matter. They can die off without me. And then I took a break when the CV rework came because I didn't like the fact that they drove the line server into the test server. That's at least the way I felt. And you know, once that kind of died down, kind of balanced out a little better, then I came back.
I think a lot of people are in agreement of the fact that they pushed CVs way too fast. I think that I think they could have done a couple of other things to the old style to attempt to make it better. You know, okay, if this does not work, we will scrap the whole thing. And it's like they didn't even try. To me, it didn't look like they even fucking tried to balance AA or to balance the CVs previously.
No, they wanted to change it all to match console.
CVs don't even have console, or CVs aren't on console.
Not yet. That's their goal. Oh. I mean that was the reason. The whole reason behind it was to get rid of the RTS so that it could be moved to console. Because
that's
you
fair.
can't have the RTS on console. That was the whole reason why they wanted to move away from that. And secretly, I think it allowed them to take some stuff from World of Warplanes and move it into the game.
Yeah, because who plays Warplanes?
They kind of salvaged something out of that project. Personally, that's how I feel. Could be mistaken. Probably am. I don't know.
No. I think that there's merit to that because that was something that they were very proud of, and it just kind of went and it shit.
Victor loves Warplane. Or whatever, Victor, right?
I know who you're talking about, but
the CEO, he loves Warplane.
I think that with Warplanes, I never played it and had no desire to play it. Didn't care. Just didn't care, and I think that's why the game died. Not many people actually gave a shit about it, and there really wasn't a market for it. Because why would I want to play that when I can play this over here?
Yeah, the problem that I see, and I don't want to go off this tangent real quick. I'm sorry for ruining it, but it's just a lot of people who play historical, significant things, whether warships, tanks, planes, especially planes, is the market for planes. There's a lot of money in realism. And, people have rooms built for their simulators.
For DCS or Microsoft X.
And then you're talking like, well, we're going to make it so you can play with WASD and mouse. It's like, well, you're talking about a large portion of the population that strives on realism about having a cockpit, I mean, I have a motion rig, right? And my motion rig is crap compared to theirs.
Right.
And it just, I think it was too much of a kick in the face to that community.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. It's when I play I don't play a whole lot of Sims. I don't particularly care for Sims, but when I do play stuff like Ace Combat, when Ace Combat 7 came out, oh man, I fucking love that game. I thought it was great, and I love that experience.
Did not go where I thought it was going.
And but when it comes to planes, I look at it and I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even want to fucking do this. I would much rather let me just come over here. But you know, World of Warplanes, you know, nowadays it might be an option for me to play, but back then I was grinding for partner when that thing came out, and there was no way that I was going to stop, because where do I draw numbers, guys? We draw numbers here on ships. We don't draw numbers anywhere else. You know, that's the honest truth, dude. I can stop the show, start up a brand new game, and I'll get 10 people. And you know, that's my own fault for doing that, but so it just kind of went by the wayside. It just kind of like, you know, World of Warcraft hype that's coming up in 7 days. Didn't care. I had no interest in playing it. Now that it's coming back, I want to take a break from fucking ships for a little while. I'm gonna go play World of Warcraft.
I thought you were gonna say I don't play Sims, but when I do, I play The Sims.
Yeah. You know, Star Trek Online. I love playing Star Trek Online, but I couldn't get more than 10 people.
Star Trek Online.
You know, I think our highest is we had 40 people. That was it for that month that we played.
I remember your Star Trek Online days.
But honestly, dude, it's a dead game. And for Twitch, it's a dead game. Nobody watches that shit on Twitch. But either way, getting back to the subs. overall, I
think there's a lot of content there.
Oh, definitely a lot of content, and I think that bringing in submarines, whether I like it or not, I'm going to try to give it the benefit of the doubt here. Bringing in subs, it's going to bring a different dynamic to the game, and it's going to change. It's going to change the meta. It's going to change the way games are played. It's going to change mentality, and the people that are smart about it, they will adapt very quickly. They will adapt to them extremely quickly.
Yeah,
and we're going to find out. Oh, go ahead.
I think to some extent it needs to be changed, though. I'm sorry. Oh, the best question I saw was, so is my Yu Yang going to become a thing again now that deep water torpedoes can hit submarines?
Right. Deep water, yeah. Can deep wator peats hit subs? Do the shallow peats hit subs? I mean, do they now when the say you're mirroring your fucking battleship and you're sitting up underneath your battleship player, does that torpedo that hit him cause shock waves to come and damage your ship too? Think about it. There's a lot to be said about this, and about what you can do and what are the side effects of it. You know, are we going to drop sea mines now? You know, other than the black torps, or the sim speeds. Yeah. I mean, are we gonna have new? You know, obviously there's new mechanics coming. Show on one hand how many people are gonna change. I'm gonna be the number one sub fucking player in the world, man. New sub main right here. How's it gonna affect clan battles? How's it gonna affect? How is it gonna affect rank battles? How is it going to affect carriers? Are carriers now going to drop fucking sonar buoys and radar buoys and smoke buoys?
I thought they said they weren't going to do that. Someone asked that, I thought, to the devs, and they're like, we don't want to add more crap to the game.
But here's subs.
I could be
we don't want to add more crap to the game, but here's some subs.
Here's some subs.
There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about subs.
I don't know.
Give us what your opinion is right there in the chat at sirvenomik at CATROX, and we'll get to those Q&As here in just a little bit. Get them in now. So overall, last minute doodads on subs. Do they belong in the game? I don't really care. I don't want them in the game, but they're coming anyway, so there's no reason to complain about it. They're gonna be there, whether I want them or not.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. of how they're going to implement them, what the mechanics are going to be. How am I going to fucking kill these guys? Am I going to be able to actually shoot my fucking 18-inch shells off of Yamato and hit this guy in the water? Probably not.
If my sub detonates underneath the Yamato, does it sink the Yamato?
I don't know. Am I going to damage it? Am I going to damage it? You know, there's a lot of fucking things to think about when it does come to these subs, man. And you know, that's basically all we're doing is speculating right now about how they're going to adapt it. How's it going to play versus this? How's it going to play versus that? Blah blah blah. I don't know. All we can do is wait. All we can do is wait, boys. Are we going to be able to run over them, man? You know, I mean.
There were also a lot of World War II submarines that were sunk by themselves. They sunk themselves. They fired a torpedo and came back and hit them in the butt. There's a lot of those. So
that's funny.
You know, we can have all kinds of fun with RNG, but boys.
Goddamn. Are we gonna get fucking? Are we gonna get the fucking homing torpedoes? Are we gonna get some of the missile torps? You know, the fucking rocket-propelled torpedoes that you can fire from 30 kilometers away that go 15 and then another 8 once it hits the water. I mean, there's some definite things, man. Definite things out there. You know, hey, you got 2 options now. You got a fucking projectile fucking mine, but it's like a cluster mine that you go out there and it spits out, you know. I launch my ball out there and it fucking spreads like 30 mines out in this little section here. Like a cluster bomb.
You can do the like the chitons, you know? But some of those things were so slow they were like 10 knots. I think it's slower than a Colorado.
Are the Japanese guys gonna get the pilot controlled torpedo?
Yeah, the chitons, yeah. But
yeah.
They were super slow.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, the Mogador and some of the Frieslands got the Hedgehog launchers.
Yeah, doesn't look like the Grozovoy looks like it has hedgehog rocket launcher depth charge as well in the back there.
I think that they're, with all these new systems coming in, that if they are going to launch in depth charges and shit, you know they're going to want to show it visually. I think what they need to do is they need to go in and cut down some of the fucking fire. Not the chances or anything like that, but my God, dude, I can't see a fucking thing when you're on fire. Now you can get it, you can cut it down a little bit in the actual UI, but unless you go to a fucking mod, you cannot get it low enough.
I've removed it with a mod because I can't see a damn thing.
I tell you how many times I can't see anything.
The splashes, dude. Like the smoke from like you have like a destroyer on fire or a battleship on fire, and there's a cruiser coming around the backside, and everyone missed them, and the secondaries are going off from the battleship, and there's smoke, it's everywhere, and you got splashes from the other secondaries hitting the battleship, and you can't even see the cruiser behind him. He's just shielded. You can't see a damn thing.
I agree that they definitely need to be nerfed a little bit. All right, guys, we're hanging out with my man C_Atrox, man. You guys can hit him up over at twitch.tv/C_Atrox, over on the Twitter at C_Atrox. You guys are hitting me up right here at twitch.tv/sirvenomik. Thank you guys for being here. For you guys over on YouTube, for you guys over on fucking YouTube, y'all want to come watch it live, come hit me up at twitch.tv/sirvenomik. You guys can hit me up on Twitter if you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns about anything that we talked about at sir_venom_ik or on the YouTube channel. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a couple other things that we could talk about that we haven't talked about yet, like the AA.
I know nothing about it other than look and click. Press.
I think that it's a mistake. I mean, they wanted to get rid of the control click, right? We've established that they wanted to get rid of the control click, but the look and click, now I'm taking focus off of what I'm doing to something that's fucking frivolous. Something that's frivolous.
They haven't said what defensive fire does either yet.
No, they haven't. I still think that defensive fire should slow down the aiming process or make it wider.
I like what it used to do with making it wider. I've noticed they've carefully talked about everything but the actual consumable.
Yeah.
Even in the video they just released, they didn't talk about the consumable.
I don't know. Maybe it's just it'll make it more intense. Very simple to activate the AA sector reinforcement. You only need to point the battle camera in the desired direction and press the tilde or the O key. I'm sorry, but I don't like that. I don't like taking. I'm shooting at this guy. This is a secondary bullshit. I can just tap the O button and click, and it was fine. I never lost focus on what I was looking at. If I'm waiting 30 seconds and I need to switch that over and I'm down to about 4 seconds, I want to do it very quickly. Click. Now I have to turn what I'm doing, and when I actually look at what I'm doing, guess what? My guns turn and get out of fucking position. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to control X, move your mouse. Then, for me, I use V as my, because O is way on the other side of the keyboard. Just stupid button.
Yeah.
Tilde. I'm not using my ring finger. No,
Your
I
pinky.
just made it V. It's easier. Yeah, V is easier for me. So I hit V, and then I gotta turn back, uncontrol X. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. What was wrong with the selection? What was the problem with left or right?
I don't know.
Unfair to carriers.
I think it was more. It didn't really have much to do with carriers, other than the fact that the majority of players just left it on one side the whole time. I don't get it. What was wrong with the fucking control?
Majority
click?
of the players don't move anyway.
Well, that's true.
They bow into into a cap, and they sit there for 14 minutes. So does it matter? Remember when they put the AFK code in, when they first introduced the AFK code? That all the tier 10s were getting flagged for being AFK because the Yamato would literally spawn in and start firing.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't move, and they were getting dinged for being AFK in the battle, even though they did 100k damage.
Yeah.
The problem isn't the ship, the problem is everyone's play style.
Oh, I agree. So they're changing the game to fit the way people are playing, which it's just to try to force people to fucking do something else. Which, honestly, dude, for the last couple of weeks, I haven't even put on a fucking sector ever. I just leave it at 100% all over the place and don't care. The CVs, in my opinion, CVs are just so stupid right now. They're so weak that I don't care to shoot down any planes unless I'm playing a DV. Their damage is...
I've been playing the kid. I've been having a lot of fun ruining.
Yeah.
Days.
Oh, absolutely. I
get a lot of joy out of ruining a CV's night.
I'm not. It's just one of those things, man. So there are buffing a little bit of things here. Let's go through some of these buffs. The Hermes is getting a buff. They're getting one extra plane in each squadron. 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. Furious is getting 4 to 6, 4 to 6, 6 to 9. More planes, which is basically reverting it back to what it was before. The Hosho is going from 1 torpedo drop per drop to 2 torpedo drops per drop, which is at tier 4 is stupid because there's no AA to kill them.
Yeah. I was fine with
Shokaku's going from two torpedo drops to 3. Langley's going from 1 to 2. The Ranger stock aircraft, size of a stock aircraft flight of stock aircraft carriers has been decreased from 3 to 2, whatever the fuck that means. More planes on deck, 9 to 12 in the Ranger. Bombers and rocket planes, which doesn't need to happen. Why? They're losing too many planes for Tier 8. Well, fucking get them out of goddamn Tier 8 then. Because all you're doing is screwing over Tier 6.
Oh, that sucks when that happens.
Yep. You're screwing over the tier because now they're going to be too strong at that tier. Because now they have more actionable time.
Yep.
Shokaku, number of researchable torpedo bombers on the deck has been decreased from 16 to 15, so -1. Whoa, big fucking whoop. What does that mean? Nothing. More rocket planes on the Shokaku from 2 to 3. Number of stock bomber squadrons have increased from 6 to 9. Stock torpedo bombers in the squadron is 6 to 8. Researchable torpedo bombers in the squadron have been gone from 8 to 10. So they're basically giving them more. I'm sorry, guys, but CVs are just boring for me. Do you play them a lot? I mean, I play them. I play them every once in a while, but they're just. I just don't find them. I don't find them very impactful. They're either it's all or nothing.
Yep,
I find them. They're either overpowered or they don't do dick.
Unless you're playing the tier 10, where you at least are going to be top tier. I don't like the roll of the dice, especially tier 8 right now. I know they're changing matchmaker.
Matchmaker is another thing, and I saw something that was kind of interesting about matchmaker. One guy that is pretty notorious for playing nothing but co-op and operations said, now that they're changing the matchmaker, I'm actually going to play some random battles. And I was like, no, you won't. You'll get in there, you'll still get shit on at tier 8, even if you're top tier, and then you'll quit because you're not good enough and you don't want to take the time to get better.
People don't look at it the other way around. Like the XP grind, tier 8, is rewarded for being bottom tier very well.
Yeah.
And when they're taking that away, they're making these grinds longer. And I'm not for that.
I tend to agree. I mean, like,
I'm the idiot that purposely takes The Sims into a tier 10 battle.
Yeah.
And because it's fun to play, and it can kind of hold its own with its rudder shift to dodge shells. And when you do 80k and 100 in a tier 10 game, your XP is like 3,400.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I think that I think with CVs, because the 5, 7, and 9 are gone, CVs are kind of fucked right now when it comes to up tiering. They're up tiered all the time. And if you bring back the 5, 7, and 9, it kind of eliminates some of that because 9s should be able to go up against 10s, and you should barely see any 8s and 10s. But as of right now, God, it's a fucking pain in the ass. It's a fucking pain in the ass. You have to
play the tier 10s.
Yeah, just play the tier 10s. Get to the tier 10 as fast as you can, and then just play those because there's no reason to play. There's no reason to gimp yourself. You play in tier 6, good luck having fun in tier 8. You're playing tier 8, good luck. You're going to be playing tier 10. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just the way that it is, and it's just the way that's going to happen. What I find interesting about the way the matchmaker is set up, there's a percentage. Now there's going to be a percentage time that you're going to be at top tier, a percentage time that you're going to be a fucking bottom tier, and a percentage time that you're going to be at your own tier or mid tier. And I think they said something about 40% that you could be at bottom tier, being 8 at a tier 10. I think
it was, yeah.
I think
it was 8 out of 20.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind being tier 8 and tier 10. I don't mind that. I mean, I've played the game for a long time, but for somebody new that it happens all the time, I can see where it gets frustrating for people. I know we did 100 games. We did 100 games over the course of a week. Pretty much the same play time, pretty much this, playing different tier 8s. 100 games in tier 8. 64% of those games, 64 games, were at tier 8 at bottom tier. I had a smattering, really maybe 20 games or so that we were top tier, and then the rest of them were mid tier, which wasn't very much. So I think there's something to be said that they do need to look at matchmaking. Is this going to even out with some of this? I don't know.
I don't know.
Some of the boats out there. Go ahead.
People get really frustrated when they play tier 8 and tier 10, and it's not just the new players. I understand the mentality of, here I am in my bone stock Bismarck, and I just got it, and my first 8 games are in tier 10. One, you brought the wrong ship to the fight anyway. I'm sorry you're playing the Bismarck to begin with, so
you're fucked to begin with.
Yeah, but you need to get out of the mindset that I can only do well if I'm top tier.
Which we all know that it's not the truth.
Yeah,
because we've seen
what you're
some
saying is
pretty shitty top tier players.
You're only gonna play tier 10 once you get that tier 10 boat then. And we see those people throw their boats away as well. So I do just fine in tier 8 in tier 10 matches. I've taken 7s tier 10s just to prove a point. I don't care. Play it. You just need to be smart about
Umikaze into tier 10 games.
You just need to be smart about what you're doing.
I think there's something to be said about stock boats not being able to see tier 10, because stock Amagis fucking suck. Stock North Carolinas, they blow balls. And when you're going up against something who has a legendary mod fucking Yamato, I mean, you are at a very huge disadvantage, and it's noticeable. It's a noticeable disadvantage. Once you get that thing maxed out, and you get to maxed out North Carolina, you can kind of hold your own, but you're going to have to play really smart. And I think that the people that complain the most about this change are
they're still going to complain.
They're going to complain no matter what. Yep. They're going to complain no matter what. And I think that, well, if you guys don't know the way that it's going to work, there's going to be a certain amount of time that your matchmaking will be this direction. And then after a threshold of time, then it's going to revert back to the previous method, and it's just going to throw you into a game. So what if it's 2 minutes? You're looking, okay, well, guys, I've played 40% at tier 10. We're waiting for that tier 8 game, and then the first motherfucker that goes out there and tracks his fucking stats and says, look, I'm still getting 50% of my games at tier 10. What the fuck, Wargaming? They're going to go, what the fuck, Wargaming? And he's going to go, and the Wargaming is going to be like, hey, man, you passed a threshold on your fucking time. Sorry about your luck, bro, but that's just the way it is. Fucking deal with it. Learn how to play. Learn how to be a down-tiered player. I can tell you how many times we've gone on tier 8 games and tier 6 and dominated. And tier 8 and tier 10 and dominated. I mean, you can do things. I mean, I fucking dominated a tier 8 game in a fucking Dunkirk, which is probably one of the worst boats for the bottom tier, because of its small guns. So take that into consideration when you guys are thinking about it. There's some new UI improvements, or battle chat improvement. You're going to be able to
mute F command finally.
Yeah. People pinging this, pinging that, pinging this. Port interfaces are going to change. Tech tree is going to change. New updated design and interface layout. Added a background with the flag of the nation you're currently viewing, and able to scroll the tech tree both horizontally and vertically. Carousel is going to change a little bit. Filters are going to change.
Q&A.
A new armory. The new armory boat comes out. The Smolensk comes out for 244,000 coal. So this will be something that I will be getting very quickly. Smolensk. See, people think the Colbert's bad. 130 millimeter Russian guns, dual purpose guns, so it's got AA on it. Smoke and torpedoes.
What's the torpedo range on it? 10?
8. 8 kilometers. Let me just read these main
the tier
features
10
here.
Kutuzov, what it is.
Yeah, well, smaller guns, but yeah, pretty much. 16 main battery guns with comfortable ballistics and a good rate of fire, but rather short range. At various combat distances, Smolensk can attack enemy ships with HE and AP shells alike, the latter being quite good for the guns for caliber. Torpedo armament is one quintuple launcher on each side of the ship, so you get 10, 1 by 5, 8 kilometer torpedoes, 35 knots, nice handling, repair party, a smoke generator, and concealment as well as good for a ship of her type and tier, composite for the port armor, and the protection of the tiny hipple. So it's got shitty armor, it's got shitty HE, or shitty life, but you do get a repair, you do get a heal, and a smoke. And you can choose between AA or hydro. and it'll be fucking 244,000 coal. Guys, get this fucking boat. You guys are gonna love this boat, dude. I loved playing this boat. Is it good for the game? Probably not, but I loved playing this boat, the Smolensk, when it comes out, and it'll be out tomorrow or a couple of days. There'll be if they give it to us, fine. If they don't give it to us, I'll fucking buy it. You know, being a community contributor, we get access to some of these things, and if they give it to us, fuck yeah. If they don't, I'll buy it. I got 500,000 coal just sitting there in the fucking port doing nothing. Next thing, the Summers has been announced for 25,000 steel. If you guys don't remember the Summers, it is a slower gun gearing, but with a bunch of torps. A bunch of torps.
It's so expensive.
8 127 main battery guns, good torpedo armament, 12 torpedoes at 16.5 kilometer range. So it's got 12 gearing speeds. 38.6 knots base, and then you can increase it with flags and other shit. 5.8 kilometer detection, which is fine. Trademark American smoke generator, so it's got long smoke. 25,000 steel. 25,000 steel.
So expensive. How much steel do you have?
19 and change. 19,000.
So expensive, man.
What's the 25,000 steel with a coupon? What is that?
I don't even know what the coupon is, so I can't tell you.
What's the coupon, guys? Somebody out there do the math, and we'll get to it in a minute. What's 25,000 steel plus that coupon? How much is that going to charge me? Now, the question has been brought up: is the Summers worth it for 25,000 steel when the fucking Bourgape is fucking 30 grand?
And the Bourguignon's too cheap. They need to raise the price to 35,000.
What's the Stalingrad? 29, 27, 28?
Yeah.
Ship coupon is 25%.
I think they need to raise the price of those boats.
I think this is their step. This is their first step. The Summers, 25,000 steel. 5,500 steel per rank season. You're going to need to play 5 fucking rank seasons before you can unlock this thing.
It's getting because what they're doing, you have the 3 steel upgrades, right? For your clan, plus what you win. So, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to make it last longer.
18,750 is 25% off 2,500 or 25,000.
And they want you to play 4 full seasons.
4 seasons of ranked to use it with the coupon. Fine.
A year.
Whatever. I mean, is it worth it? No. Is it worth it? No. Because it's that much, it's not worth it because you can play one more rank season and get the Bourgogne, which would be better for anybody. Bourgogne's a better boat. I mean, because it's a battleship.
Bourgogne's going to be taken out of the armory eventually here soon.
I have a feeling that that's going to happen. So if you guys have a chance to get the Bourgogne, man, get that fucking Bourgogne.
They're going to cycle these things out because they're too cheap.
Too cheap to leave them in there?
Yeah, they're too cheap.
I mean, I have a feeling. How long has the Alaska been out? It hadn't been out a year yet. So we still got time on the Alaska. The Azuma, is it worth it? No, probably not. But if you want to get it, get it.
I think Bourguignon's going to be rebadged as something else, and it'll come back at 35,000.
Yeah. Anyway, those 2 boats, Summers and Smolensk, and I will be definitely getting both of those. I like the Summers during the playtest. A lot of people were like, there's no reason to play this thing. I like it. It's going to end up being another meme boat, 16.5 kilometer gearing torps. That you get 12 of. That's a lot of fucking range and a lot of AOE ability that you can spit out there. Whether you hit them or not, you got some pretty good things. The Armory has new patches available. Previously, you can only be obtained from daily containers. Buy some fucking patches. Don't care about patches. New content and addition changes. The smoke generator consumable on the Perth Haida and the Wang Hai has been renamed to Crawler Smoke. Crawler Smoke. Why didn't they just call it the Creepy Smoke or the Walk Smoke? I mean, Crawler Smoke. I wonder who came up with that. I guess.
Someone who drank a lot of vodka.
Fine, and then it has a new icon for it. The European nation, the new nation Europe, has been introduced to the game.
This is cool.
It consolidates a number of the European countries and had just a few ships representative in our game. Poland will become a part of the European nation, bringing its Tier 7 destroyer, the Bliskovika. Later, you can expect other ships to join. Also, the Friesland is also slated for the Pan-European line. Which
they're doing Pan-American.
Well, eventually.
I thought they were adding it to the Boise, the Nueva de Julio list.
Well, it's fucking. We're talking about the European nation. We're not talking about Pan Americans. They haven't said anything about that yet.
No, I know. I thought the Friesland was going to South America.
Friesland is a Dutch place.
I understand that. That doesn't mean it couldn't end up in South America.
All right, whatever.
I don't know. That was a question.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was slated to go into South America. There are plenty of Deutschland people ended in South America, you know?
Yeah, but that's German. Deutschland is Germany.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right, moving on here. Camouflage patterns. New Type 3 rank camo has been changed. Now includes the 100% Commander XP feature. It's fine. New permanent camos for the Grafspay, the Warspite, the Shinonome.
They look all right.
Yeah, they're fine. New camos for the Leglass, the Terrible, the Fuso, and the Furious. You guys can see those on the deal. How you can attain these camouflages will be announced later. Be sure to keep up with the date. Either buy them or, like, who wants to buy the Grafspay camo? I've already got one on there and don't care.
The Grafspay camo is the best one of all of them, though, unfortunately.
You know what? You're right. That is true. The following ships have been added for testing by developers, super testers, and community contributors. The Italian cruiser line is now going to go into what?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought of something.
Say it.
No, I'm good for now.
All right, so the Bobbity Boobity line is coming out for super testing and for community contributor testing, which is 10, 11, 12 goddamn boats that I'm going to have to play after this rank season's done. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot. So
yeah.
I'm interested in playing these and see how they work with that full speed fucking smoke that rolls with you. Creeper smoke or crawler smoke. Here's let's see. Fire Ant change, that doesn't matter. It's tier 3. Fix the wrong caliber of the Japanese cruiser Yoshino shells. It is now equal to 310 millimeters. This fix will result in slightly increasing the arming thickness and armor penetrating capability of our AP shells. Fix the visuals of the Z-23 armor from the bottom of the ocean camouflage. Small fixes to the geometry and texture features on the Hermes. That's just visuals. Who cares? Clan base can now be viewed in full screen at the resolutions higher than 1440. Whoopity-doo.
The best thing they fixed in that whole thing is the Q&E bug. If you used to steer your ship using only Q&E, it wouldn't center. Now it does. But they haven't addressed the issue of shells falling short, being reported more and more and more.
Fixed an error which caused incorrect shell trajectory when firing at close range. What does that mean? I don't know. Fix the appearance.
When you fire at close range, sometimes your shells would almost go like pure vertical.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I haven't seen that in a very long time. Where you fire and your shells go straight at shoot the moon.
Well, it's gone now.
All right. Fix camouflage on that. That doesn't matter. Fix an error which caused the playing of sounds for Q and E when you press the A and D key when your ship was in the area of potential collision with terrain. Fix an error which made the crate with free XP visible through the model of some of the containers. Fix an error which caused an incorrect message and the result of a clan battle to be sent to clan chat. Fix an error in the collision prevention system which didn't allow players to set a straight course with Q and E. That's what you were talking about. Fix the name of the torpedo launchers on who cares? That doesn't matter. Fix an error which caused the camera to sometimes become unresponsive to mouse movements when playing on aircraft carriers.
A lot of bugs fixes, so it'll be interesting to see how many new features we get. Like, they fixed a lot of bugs with patch, so I'm guessing that the feature list is gonna be long.
Yep. Torpedo arming angles for destroyer terrible. I mean, I didn't read through this before the show, so I'm kind of reading it for the first time. Fixed an error which caused a neutral key area to be displayed on the minimap as captured when the sector spectator mode. Okay. Fixed an error which caused the voice fighter spotting aircraft destroyed to be played at the end of the battle when you had fighter in the air in that battle. Who cares? Caused bombs to sometimes fall outside of the reticle area. Now, this is important. Fixed an error which caused bombs to sometimes fall out of the reticule area. You know what? I had a drop and I was spot on this guy in my Ryuja or my Shokaku or something like that, and I go to drop my bombs and they literally split the entire side of the ship, and it was perfect drop, dude. I'm talking the reticule was as small as it could fucking go all across the deal, and it literally dropped straight to the right on both of them. And I missed both shots. And I was like, how the fuck? There you go. Don't care about that. Dismissal in time. Commander dismissal in time increased from 5 minutes to an hour. I don't care. Whatever. Now
It's
fighters
stupid.
perform rush to the main group of planes instead of attacking one when possible. And
We don't need those sitting there longer, dude. I have so many commanders. Like, if I get another one, I have to fire two and wait for them to. So many commanders, man.
I did. I've got so many.
many.
I got so many commanders that I'm never going to use. I've just started getting rid of them all. You know,
That's what I'm doing.
I'll roll people back down. I've gone through, and once I filled up all my ships with commanders that are 10 points or whatever, because I had a bunch of those Japanese weeb commanders. Had a bunch of those. I just throw them in there and do other things, whatever.
Yep.
So there you go, boys. Time for Q&A, man. If y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns about anything we talked about, go ahead and bring them up right now, and we'll get to them. You ready for this?
Yep.
All right, guys, we're hanging out with my man, C.A.Trox, twitch.tv/C_Atrox. You guys can hit him up on his Twitter, C_Atrox. You guys can hit me up right here at sir_venom_IK on the Twitter, or you guys are hanging out on the channel, twitch.tv/sirvenomik. First of all, I want to say thank you very much, Atrox, for coming in. It wasn't really short notice, but we did have a couple of prepare days here, and we talked a little bit earlier today about what we wanted to do. I do appreciate it. Tell them what your schedule is and everything.
I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to usually 4 or 5 a.m. Prime time for the EU friends on the NA server.
Prime time for the EU. All right. Danny Tadoka says, awesome commander for the French DDs. New commander. I think fuck the French DDs, man. The fucking French cruisers are going to take benefit of this.
You're going to stick that guy in the Henri. Stick him in the Henri, and whatever nerf they did to that damn boat is going to be completely negated with this thing. It's broken. It don't. Shut up. I get mad. Shut up before I get mad.
I mean, it even goes even better than that. It's going to be great for the stuff like the Jean Bart and the Bourgogne.
It's going to be. You know what? Fine.
It's stupid.
It's going to be phenomenal in my French submarine.
The Dendreth, Dina Dereth. Hey, I said your name completely right. This new regrind for people who have time to do it. I don't, and I won't be regrinding when I only got my second tier 10 2 days ago. Well, the good news is that you won't be able to do it unless you have a couple of tier 10s already. I think they said the number was 5. I could be wrong.
5.
On that. So you won't be able to do it anyway until you get tier 10, 5 tier 10s. Question: has there been sub tested before, and have you been in them? The only subs that have ever been into the game were in a event form, a Halloween event form, and it was okay. I mean, I thought it was fine for the event, but it didn't. That particular instance of submarines didn't really have too much to do with the main game, so I don't see how it would fit. Remy, I feel badges or dog tags in World of Tanks after a kill is rude. I want to be able to disable it. Doesn't build sportsmanship and more of an in-your-face statement. Yeah, I said it. I said it at the beginning when it started popping up. This is the dumbest thing that they do. It's already causing more salt versus players. I think that I don't want to see your fucking badge. I don't give two shits about your badge. I don't care if you drew a fucking dick on your goddamn badge. I don't want to see your shit. Okay, you don't want to see mine. I don't want to see yours. Get the fuck out.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I don't want to see your dick. I try to get my regular stream going, but too much to do, so a little time. But yeah, burnout, including clan battles. Yep, a little self plug there, but that's all right. Yeah, there's burnout. Burnout is a real thing, man. Watch out for burnout, dude. Take some fucking time off, man. Take some time off of the fucking game and enjoy the game for what it is. You don't have to complete everything if you don't want to. I know everybody wants to do everything in this game, but you don't have to. You don't have to, and you know, pick and choose what you want to partake in, and it'll probably be a little bit better. Go ahead, French DDs. These are your French DDs. These are your French DDs on that new guy. Any questions? Penguin Sentinel says, can we please, for the love of all that is holy, remove or at least segregate Epicenter mode? No, because Epicenter mode is like one of the best modes because it forces people to play. They can't just sit there behind islands and win the game. Luke, 1967, says, Sir Venom for burnout. I did limit myself my own grind mid-tier cruisers for the last 2 months, and I'm doing just that. It's more fun to me. Too many events, and even the naval battle grind is just more pressure. You know what? Fuck pressure. I don't care. If I make the naval battles, I make the naval battles. I don't even care. Shit, half the time I don't even fucking play them because I'm doing other things. What are your thoughts?
What?
Burnout.
Play. You gotta play what you love. You know. That's the bottom line. Like, play what you love, and you don't like you can chase these missions down, but you usually can get them done. It might take a little longer if you just play what you love anyway. You know, just don't chase what they have posted. Just do what you want to do. Play for what you want to play. Make the game your own.
Yeah.
Just what I do. You know. There's a list of premiums that I like. There's a list of tech trees that I like. I play those majority of the time, then bouncing around, trying to chase their missions. I don't.
All right. Astrom says if you were playing in a draft league, it'd be better not for ranked. I'm assuming the only thing I've ever played that was drafting was League of Legends. League of Legends drafting. You cannot take this boat. You cannot take that boat. Well, everybody would fucking ban all the radar boats. Simple as that. You probably ban the radar boats, and that's probably the way it would go.
They one passive game then.
Yep, one very passive game. Turpitz Chosen says, let me get this straight. You now have to aim and look for AA to work. My issue is the situational circumstances with AA. So you need to look at your targets for AA to work. What if you're attacking a ship while CV planes come into the drop on you? You have to make a choice as to whom you counter. Either way, somebody's going to get some damage instead of you using your skill effectively to counter both.
You know what I just thought of?
Exactly what we said. What?
I know a guy who plays this game with one hand. He's going to have a hell of a time now.
Yep.
I want a webcam on him when he tries to do the AA for the first time.
Yep. Anybody else has any questions, man? At sirvenomik right here in the chat, and I'll copy pasta them over, man. We got some time. Why Astrom says, why would you rotate them if we're complaining about too much content all the time? He's talking about submarines. He's talking about submarines that when they're coming in, put them in a different game mode, put them in their own game mode, run an event on the game mode, or run an operation with these. Why would you rotate them? Because do they really belong in the mainstream game? Probably not, but that's more content. That's more game modes, which is something that they desperately need for this, instead of just regurgitating the same thing over and over again. Bait shop. It boils down to how they balance it out. However, if CVs are indication, I am a bit worried at all tiers, not just the top tier. What do you think? I'm under the impression, and you said it earlier today, that this is going to be easier to balance, I think, than carriers are.
Absolutely, yeah. Submarines, they're still a boat. You know, they don't do a 200 knots when you hold down the W key to give them speed boost. They're not going to be able to fly across the map and spot everything for everyone. They're substantially easier to balance. I don't think there's a lot less to fear from submarines than carriers. Maybe I'll be proven wrong.
Maybe.
But
Titan Fox says, play subs, they said. It'd be fun, they said. Quit 2 weeks later. I mean, I'm interested. I mean, like, how many people quit playing because of the CVs? I know some people took some time off, but they never really quit playing. You took time off? I didn't take any time off, but
we lost about 10% from our that literally uninstalled the.
I know several people that have just not come back to the game, and since 8.0 has come out, so that's months. Yeah. That's like 7 months now, 8 months almost, that they haven't come back and played. Yeah. But those are such a minority. It's the same people that are still playing that were playing before. I still see the people that were like, "Oh, this is the end of the game. I'm not playing." They're fucking playing, and they never stopped playing. They did it for fucking. Is it the end of the world because of subs? No. Do I like it? Fuck no, I don't like it. But it's not the end of the world. We're just gonna have to adapt and overcome to the rest of it. The good players will do that. Shoot here says, what about making subs have a submersible cooldown? Sirvenom IK, can you go underwater X number of times? Or you can only go underwater X number of times?
I have an oxygen meter.
That's what they did in the actual event itself. They had an oxygen meter. You could only stay underwater for so long, and then you were forced to surface. Some boats got shorter, but it was refilled faster. Some of them got a long time to be underwater. Some like almost upwards to 2 minutes that they could be underwater, but it took them an extreme amount of time to refill their oxygen to go back down.
They'll come up with something. I don't have any concerned with that part of the thing. So that's the least of our worries with submarine.
Right. Bait shop, you may have previously covered this, but as I mentioned earlier, my opinion with the subs is how the overall gameplay will balance out. I mean, could introduce birds with HE birds poop balanced out. It could work out. Just an example. How do you think that they could best balance it out and keep the games fun to play for everybody? I have no idea. How would you balance these out? And this goes back to, we don't even know what the mechanics of the fucking ships are yet. We have a rough idea, but that's it.
The best balance for them is seriously, if they made these things even close to historically accurate, they'd be unplayable. They'd be unplayable, completely and utterly unplayable. So, you want to talk about balancing? It's right there. Like, closer to reality they are, the more grounded, in some cases, literally, they will be. That they're gonna have to come up with something to fix that. They're too slow. You gotta remember, this game was scaled. The maps are scaled down, the ships are blown up, and the speed has been multiplied.
Yeah.
So these ships are going like 400% faster than they should be.
54 point something knots on the Mogador.
Yeah, but the map size has been reduced by 50%. The ships were blown up 100%, and the distance was cut and down by 50%. So the thing is, like, the actual speed they're going is like 230 knots or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. So even if they're close to reality, like, they're going to be unplayable. So they're going to have to come up with something to balance.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, dude, I don't want reality here. I don't want reality in this game. reality based on ships and armor specs and the way they fucking look, fine, whatever. But the actual play, there's a
too
lot.
boring.
Yeah, it would be too boring. But there's a lot of things that I would like to see a little bit more reality. I put a 15-inch shell into the bow of a fucking, 28 millimeter fucking armor. I'm blowing holes through these things. I'm gonna fucking pierce the living shit out of it. It's not just gonna fucking bounce. When I hit a fucking Baltimore from 3 kilometers with 15-inch guns and I bounce 11 shells. I mean, come on, that's not realistic. So I don't really want realism here.
I played War Thunder boats, and I don't want to bring up War Thunder much here, but I played War Thunder boats, and the realism that it brought makes War Thunder boats unplayable.
Yeah, it's very slow and it's very standoffish and very campy, which is right now. What would I like to see hypothesis-wise for the subs? I don't know. Just very quick, very, very fast hit and run tactics. Also, if I have to, I can hunt something down. They're just going to be like an Ashio hunting DDs and carriers, basically. Hopefully they have some kind of torps limiting that they can't hit DDs, or some. There's going to be some uniqueness about them. We get double the time to cap because we can be under the water for the entire time that you can get into a cap. Are you going to be able to cap with them at all? I mean, there's some limitations. Honestly, I would like to see them to where you couldn't cap with them at all.
There's just a couple things I would like to see out of them, and I don't know if they'll do them. But early part of the Battle of the Atlantic, the German U-boats primarily took out other ships with the deck gun. So, but they said they wouldn't initially in the Halloween event. They wouldn't be doing deck-fired, manual controlled guns. So I don't know what we're going to see with that down the road. Right. I wouldn't mind seeing, when I say gunboat, submarine. I know they only had 1 or 2 guns on them.
Right.
I'm not talking about like.
And there aren't big guns.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about St. Louis under the water or something.
Why not? There you go. There's your first premium. There's your first premium. A fucking St. Louis class sub that's got the Tesla coils all over it. It comes up and it's got 15 fucking gun turrets popping out of it. Blah, 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 blah.
I wouldn't mind also seeing a supply sub.
I would like to see a repair sub but
yeah,
that goes into a whole nother thing, man. It
changes
everything.
A
lot of things. I mean, I would like to see a whole support line of fucking ships.
I would like to see Oilers. Yeah. I really want to see Oilers.
I want a ship that gives an AoE heal. I want a ship that fucking puts out fires. Minimal armament, DD. Let's just call it DD armament on it, and minimal this and that. But it also causes. But you can't really do that because it causes more camping, any more than they already do now. So either way, I mean, there's a lot of things that they could do. But either way, I don't see subs working because they're historically slow and stealthy. They were lucky when they got into position to actually sink a big ship.
They waited for ships to come to them.
Nah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. I don't. Are they limited to single fire torps? Maybe they make them somewhere between DD and CV torp damage. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting concept. Are we going to be single-fired torps? Are they going to be like single-fired torps, but like Vampire only has 3 torps?
Some of their real life torpedoes, man, they were nasty torpedoes.
Yeah. Oxygen torpedoes.
Weren't the German ones use battery ones?
I don't know. So either way, it's all we're all guessing here. This is all hypothesis and all opinions. SFN01 Venom, consider the black for ranked. I'm not going to play the black for ranked. I have it and I play it very well. I just I want to play the 46, and I've gotten everywhere I've gotten so far at 5.4 in basically 3 days of playing, just off the 46. Why would I want to stop and play it play something else. Because I've already got the feel. That's like at the end of the rank season last time it was tier 9. I won 7 games in a row in the Z46, and I had a guy come in. Won't you play the Jutland? I was like, dude, motherfucker, I just won 7 games in a row. Why would I want to stop playing this boat? You know, it's just what we're comfortable with, what you're comfortable with. Don't let anybody tell you any different, except for the Van Hammett sucks in rank. Ran the numbers on the EU. EU clan renamed themselves to Derp for Shipstorm, and we faced delete Epicenter rapidly, please. Those are people that are campers, and they don't like to play objectives, and they're EU guys, so they're passive as fuck anyway. So Epicenter is I love Epicenter. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again and again and again. Epicenter is a mode that you have to continually adapt to play. And if you're not continually adapting and you're not playing for the objective, then you just lose. Period. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, no, it's especially with the point rework and the Epicenter rework. I didn't initially like the rework. Now I prefer to play Epicenter, especially over Battle. Center Battle is just awful.
I like the way that they've redone it, man. Now there's a little bit of strategy in there. Okay, do I actually go into the middle or do I wait here at the outside? Do I wait here with everything else and then take a flying leap dump into the middle to stop them from capping? You know, there's a lot of mentality when it comes to Epicenter now, which you don't get in standard battle.
No, standard battle is awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
Absolutely awful.
What role do you want to see subs taking, regardless of how they're actually implemented? What role? I don't know.
Sidelines. What Venom will say.
What? Say that again.
You just want to put them on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's right. They can just be port humpers. Hey, look at my sub. You gonna play it? Fuck no. Solus Bill says if we get subs, can I get back a few ships that I've submerged before? Because I got plenty of the ships down there already. There you go. All right, boys, that's it. That's all the Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, man. This has been a pretty good conversation, I think. It's not just us giving out. We're just, playing devil's advocate on a lot of other things. But what do you guys think of it? What do you guys think of the fucking podcast, man? I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Atrox, I want to appreciate it, and I thank you for joining us here.
You're welcome, man.
I usually come up with something to end on, but I really didn't have time to do it today, man. I woke up at like fucking 5 o'clock and was like, oh shit, I gotta eat now. I gotta go now. I gotta do this, and there was a lot of shit to look over. I should have done it yesterday, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go watch Preacher, which is a badass show, by the way. If anybody's ever seen it.
I was where I wasn't gonna wake up in time, man.
Yeah, I saw your text. At like 6 o'clock, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah. It's like, oh wait, now you're here. Okay, so it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, I was actually afraid that I wasn't gonna get up for it either. All right, guys, episode 33 is in the books now. The Crush Your Bow podcast. Of course, I'm your host, sirvenomik. You guys can hit me up right here, twitch.tv/sirvenomik, pretty much every day at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And you guys can hit me up and get updates over at the Twitter, sir_venom_ik. Atrox, tell them a little bit about your show, when you do it, what your times, when they can get you.
I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Pacific time, and
you got some
_Atrox.
You got some fucking giveaways and shit going on right now, don't you?
I do. I have giveaways. I'm doing ship giveaway at night for another, I think, 9 nights, I believe. Every night, just by, and it's about that.
Yep, there you go.
Trying to get back to I've been playing ships for a long time and streaming for a year and a half, so I wanted to do something different.
All right. Just a quick refresh. Smolensk Summers coming soon, like the next couple of days. The Research Bureau is on its way. You'll be able to get the Colbert and the Ohio out of that, and some other stupid things. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take this little piece of information as you go out into the world today, out into the seas of battle. Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks about what you're playing? I think some boats are pretty terrible, and other people think that boats are good. It's all on how you play it and all on your own personal opinion. So take everything that I've said, take everything that Aatrox has said with a fucking grain of salt, and go play it for yourself. Go test out these stupid things. Go do it. And you never know, you might find something that actually works. You might find something that actually works. Spotter playing Demonies. I've been playing nothing but that for lately, and that's been a lot of fun playing that shit. It's dumb, and it's stupid, and it shouldn't work, but it does, because that's the way it was designed to do. So think about that when you're picking a ship. Who cares? Who cares what one guy says, and who cares what one guy doesn't say? Go take it out there for yourself. I have my opinion. I respect yours. Aatrox has got his opinion, and he's a communist. We love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Tell them goodbye, Aatrox.
Have a good day. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go eat breakfast now.
All right, boys. We'll see you guys later, man. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.